guy. Ivan Herrera had no trouble last night. First player ever to reach base 5 times against the Mets in a game with 2 hit by pitches. I like those efforts. J.J. Weatherholt will lead things off. He drove in the first 2 Cardinal runs last night.
Well, Toyota numbers for Warren. What a pickup off waivers in January of 2025. Since then, 31 2/3 innings for this Mets ball club. Only 6 earned runs allowed. That's a 1.71 ERA.
Second opening assignment for him. He opened last week against the Mariners, and his first pitch is outside, and we're underway. He pitched a 1-2-3 inning in Seattle in the first game of that series, and then hit a batter in the second and came out. And he tried to backdoor the sweeper and missed with it. It's 2-0 to Weatherholt, who is the leading National League Rookie of the Year contender. 23-year-old out of West Virginia. .355 on base percentage. And he fouls off that sweeper, and it's 2-1.
Well, that's a big blow right there. First pitch, fastball up and out over the plate. Got on top of it nicely and drove in 2.
Give the Cardinals a 2-0 lead. That's all they need en route to a 7-0 win. And Warren again tried to backdoor the sweeper and missed. 3-1. Warren throws his sweeper more often than any pitcher in baseball this year. Right around 50% of his pitches are that sweeper. Comes with the fastball, and Weatherholt fouls it off.
Your Genesis Metsy defense, you got Juan out in left. I've always mentioned those are 2 youngsters out there patrolling the other side, the other 2/3 of the outfield. Beatty, Bichette, Simeon, and Young now have become kind of the steady starters on the infield.
Toward the middle, past Simeon into center field, and Weatherholt has himself a leadoff hit.
This team has impressed me, and they did not impress me that second week in St. Louis. This is a different ball club, boy.
Keith, most of those breaking balls were backdoor. This one was down and in, and he covered it. Hit that right on the nose past Simeon. Very simple swing by Weatherholt.
Went down and got it.
So a leadoff base runner for the Cardinals, and now Ivan Herrera, who's catching tonight after DHing last night. 3 for 3, got on base 5 times for the first time in his career last night.
And we noted last night he's also showing all those stripes in his socks. Look at his stance. Deep in the box, on the chalk, and look at that front foot.
And he swings that front foot in, and he gets hit by a lot of pitches. Twice last night, 15 times this year. Cardinals have played 64 games. The last time that a Cardinal got hit by 15 pitches in the first 64 team games of the year.
Look at that, Gary.
1901.
Boom. He is barely in the box in the back foot.
A little bit like Ozuna from Pittsburgh, now formerly Atlanta.
Good call.
Well, he's been hit 15 times. Weatherholt's been hit 10 times. Cardinals have been hit 46 times, which translates to 110, 106, 15 hit by pitch.
The most in baseball this year.
A lot of free passes, too. Painful free passes.
Warren pitched 2 innings against San Diego on Saturday. Weatherholt started and then stopped. Throw to first by Torrens, and Weatherholt gets back safely.
We've seen this happen more than last year. Guys getting that incredible jump, but doubting themselves. Last year they went along with it, and this year they get such a big jump, they go, and they go back instead of continuing.
Now Warren, after giving up the leadoff hit behind on Herrera, 3-1 with Alec Burleson on deck. And the sweeper misses for ball 4, and the Cardinals have the first 2 men on. Well, the Mets and Cardinals have played 4 games, and the Mets have scored 3 total runs in those games.
Bullpen has also thrown 16 scoreless innings for the Cardinals in those 4 games.
Here's Alec Burleson, 2 more hits last night, a double and a home run. He's hit 9 straight games. And Warren having trouble locating that sweeper. Ball 1 to Burleson.
The backdoor breaking ball from Warren is a big pitch against the left-handers. They went too many times in the well, Peralta, last night, and Burleson took them the other way for that home run.
Burleson, one of the really underrated players in this game. Won a Silver Slugger for National League first baseman last year. He's having an even better year this year. 6th in the National League in RBIs, hitting .356 with runners in scoring position. So an early crisis for Warren to manage, behind in the count 2-0. And Burleson takes a strike.
Well, here's the home run. You can see it was a flat slider. Did not break down. Had the outer half or outer part of the plate. But Burleson made the adjustment and went the other way with it.
Pickoff try, and Weatherholt gets the hand back in.
You know, Burleson revealed last night he's got a hole up and in with a good fastball. Peralta struck him out in his first time up. The Mets have not gone back to that hole since.
And that fastball a little bit high. And for the third straight hitter, Warren falls behind 3-1. Dangerous beginning to this game. Jordan Walker, the best hitter on the club for the Cardinals this year, is on deck.
Look at that foot on the chalk.
That's a strike 3-2. As long as part of your foot is on part of the line, you are legal.
Exactly right.
Until they obscure the line of hitters. Then once they obscure it, very interesting. 2 strikes. Did he just move up in the box?
Yes, he did.
Interesting. Maybe trying to sit on that slider.
3-2, nobody out. And he gets the slider and tops it to second. Runners will advance as Simeon gets the first out. So a productive out for Burleson. Moves runners to second and third with 1 away.
Good pickup, Ronnie, right there. On Burleson with 2 strikes.
So now Jordan Walker. Walker off to a phenomenal start this year, particularly considering where he came from. Last year, a .584 OPS for the season. This year at .916. Can't think of another hitter in the game who's made that kind of improvement. Mets will drop back their middle infielders, concede a run on a ground ball. And he swings and misses at a sweeper, 0-1.
He's a different swinger with that bat than I've seen in the past. It's a radical change. So impressed me last night the way he swung the bat.
And he lines one into center field for a base hit. Weatherholt will score. Herrera had to hold up. He'll stop at third. So Jordan Walker gives the Cardinals the early lead with an RBI single, and it's 1-0 St. Louis. 49th run batted in for Walker.
Should have been 50. There's no way this ball is going to get caught. He's on this slider. Didn't get it out over the plate. Watch Herrera. Come on, know where your outfielders are. There's no way you're going to catch that ball.
Herrera very conservative tonight. Not very conservative last night.
Made nice base running last night.
He dashed home on a ground ball to the right side. Well, David Peterson is up in the Mets bullpen, and Justin Willard is out of the mound. This game has not begun the way the Mets had game planned it, with Austin Warren getting the opening assignment.
And we'll take a look from high up, I should say. That's too much plate right there, outer half. And he's got it. Look at that barrel right on it.
It's also the second slider. So 2 in a row. He covered the second one.
So now run in, first and third, 1 out. Mars Nootbaar the batter. Nootbaar just his 4th start, coming off season heel surgery that kept him out the first 2 months. Warren needing a ground ball, trying to get a double play and get out of this inning. And Nootbaar fouls off the first pitch fastball.
Yeah, I think Warren right now is having a hard time with the slider. You might want to just throw fastballs to get ahead.
What's cool?
Rather be grumbling from the Cardinals dugout.
Oh, yeah, really?
It's Stu Sherwater trying to put an end to it. Home plate umpire. Ball and a strike to Nootbaar. Sherwater has the plate. Scott Berry is the crew chief at first. Junior Valentine and Rob Drake rounding out the crew.
I think Stu was also asking Mason Wynn to get out from in front of the clock.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So many things we didn't have to worry about.
Didn't have a clock. Down the left field line, slicing toward the stands, and that goes foul. 1-2 to Newtbar. Well, the Cardinals are right in the middle of the pack in most offensive categories. Best thing they're good at is getting hit by pitches. They lead the league in that.
And they don't strike out. They put the ball in play.
Ollie Marmol now in his 5th season. They finished under 500 last year. They were expected to again this year, but this young Cardinal team has outperformed expectations so far. 2-2 to Newtbar, who's the oldest player in the starting lineup for the Cardinals. He's 28.
I mean, think about it. They've had kind of a magical season already. They're only +5 in the run differential. They're 12-6 in one-run games. 19 come from behind wins. 12 wins in one-run games.
And the sweeper misses low. Boy, that's 5 batters for Warren, and he's gone to a 3-ball count on 4 of the 5.
This is a very interesting selection of a pitch here. He cannot walk. The base is drunk here.
Did they send Walker here to try to stay out of the double play?
I would.
Not going. And Newtbar takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Cannot find the range, Ronnie, on the slider.
Now the question is, how quickly can Peterson get himself ready? Justin Willer has already paid a visit. He's going to go to the phone now and find out about Peterson's progress warming up in the bullpen.
I just think that Warren hasn't given his fastball enough credit.
Agreed.
He needs to set up that breaking ball by making them honest with the fastball for strikes.
So now the base is loaded for Mason Wynn, who was 0 for 4 last night, and he takes a sweeper for a strike. 26 pitches now for Warren. That's the most he's thrown in any inning this year. He has thrived with runners in scoring position this season. They're hitting just 154 against Warren in RBI situations, but he's got himself a mess here in the opening inning. And Wynn hits a double play ball. Semion's got it to second one. Bichette to first, not in time, and a run comes home. Ball not quite hit hard enough. Herrera comes in to score to make it 2-0.
Yeah, they weren't going to double up Wynn. That was off the end of the bat. Slider. And the Wynn can run.
Remember, from the right side, when you reach out and push a ball to the right side like that, you almost have one foot in the right direction, running towards first.
Well, the Cardinals jump out in front again.
So now Nelson Velasquez getting the start in left field tonight. Velasquez, who spent last year playing in the Mexican League, just 18 at bats since his call-up with the Cardinals, and he's off to a good start.
He's a big kid, big legs.
I always feel like he got a lot of hits when he was at the Cubs. Velasquez.
Cubs traded him to the Royals, as Steve remembers, for Jose Cuas.
That's right.
And then he went to Mexico last year. Takes a sweeper out of the strike zone for ball 1.
He's still prepared.
He knows everything about Jose Cuas. Someday he'll be able to use that in a game. Velasquez played for the Guerreros of Oaxaca last year. In 49 games, he drove in 57 runs in the Mexican League.
Well, if you're going to be in Mexico, that's a great place to be.
Oaxaca?
Yeah.
I just like saying Oaxaca.
Yeah, because if you don't know how to say it, you can't say it from looking at the spelling.
Oaxaca? 1-1 coming, and fastball in for a strike, and it's 1-2. It's been a nightmarish first inning for Warren. Already 30 pitches thrown, and he's got to throw at least one more. Terren's out in front of the plate flashing signals to the infield about what to do if Wynn takes off from first.
I would do that. I think this team is pushing the envelope right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put on some kind of play here.
Well, we saw Terren's with the fake throw in San Diego get himself an out. And the runner wandered off third. 1-2 coming, not going, and the sweeper outside. It's 2-2 to Velasquez.
He's just having a hard time finding the range, and this is pretty much going to guarantee that the Warren, this will be it for him. Just one inning, and Peterson will get going in the second inning if he can find his way out.
If he doesn't get Velasquez, Peterson will be in to face Church. Wynn takes off. The pitch on the outside corner. Velasquez going to challenge the call.
It's close.
Sherwater called it a strike. A fastball on the outside part of the plate.
It's close.
And it is a ball. And the inning continues. ABS powered by T-Mobile. That's where halfway in the dugout. Now they're going to come on back.
St. Louis has 2 challenges
And
remaining.
that's kind of how the innings are gone for Warren and the Mets, right?
That is 5 3-ball counts to the 7 batters he's faced.
Aldi Mamal re-signed. Got an extension on his contract.
Now, Wynn is at second. He took off. The Mets didn't throw because it was called strike 3.
Yes.
Shouldn't he be called back?
He should be.
I'm not sure of the ruling on that. We haven't seen this circumstance before, and I think Sherwater's telling Torrens that you have to play it through.
You have to play it through.
Yep. And he wasn't stealing on the pitch.
So they give Wynn the credit for a stolen base, his 6th of the year. That's really not right.
You're right, but that's the rule.
You have to play the umpire's call, don't you? 3-2 coming to Velasquez. And this time he got him looking, and this time Velasquez will not challenge. And the inning finally comes to an end. Cardinals get 2, Mets come to bat.
Amplio conocimiento automotriz es solo una de las ventajas que ofrece O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ooh, that new Cologuard Plus test.
Now I detect 95% of colon cancers, similar to colonoscopy.
And he's non-invasive. 10 out of 10.
The Cologuard Plus test is not for those at high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider or request Cologuard Plus online.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
100 years ago, no one would insure cars for military members. So they did it themselves. A group of 25 soldiers backed each other. A century later, and we're still serving the military and their families. Not just because it's the right thing to do. It's in our DNA. Those values our founders shared: honor, service, loyalty, integrity. Those are the things we live by. And why our members know we'll be there. USAA, taking care of our own.
Our financial advisors help clients find their rich and build financial plans to help them get there.
I just want someone who's easy to be with, makes me feel safe, and comes to my door.
Honda Mets starting lineup. Francisco Alvarez going to DH tonight after making his return from the injured list last night. So Luis Torrens doing the catching. Rest of the lineup the same. A.J. Ewing has the longest hitting streak of his brief career.
Twelve and a half years for killing a child.
Outside, ball 2. Galante, a 27-year-old, in his 4th season out of Cal Irvine in California, Southern California. Here's the 2-0 on the way to Benj. That's in for a called strike, a slider. 2 balls and 1 strike. Palante's very first start of the year was against the Mets when the Mets visited St. Louis on their first road trip of the season, and he shut the Mets out on 3 hits over 5 innings. Cardinals would win that game 3-0. 2-1 to Benj. Fastball in for a called strike, and it's 2-2. Bichette and Soto to follow here in the last of the first inning. Fermin, the third baseman, way back by shortstop against the left-hand batter. And the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, a slider, and it's 3-2. You watch Andre Palante's delivery, like straight over the top. If I said to Keith, and I will say it to you, Keith.
Hello.
Does Iron Mike mean anything to you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I do get that.
That's what he reminds me of.
Thank goodness. You could have gone anywhere.
I've got him spooked. We'll explain Iron Mike after this payoff pitch to Benj. It's coming. And a broken bat looper to shallow center. Back goes Wynn, and the shortstop makes the catch over his left shoulder. One man out. But anyway, Iron Mike was the old-fashioned pitching machine that teams would use. And it's not dissimilar from what you might have seen a generation or so ago in the old batting cages. We used to have some right around here when Adventurers Inn was up. Right around 20th Avenue, they had batting cages.
Yeah, you're pushing
I'm
it
losing.
here.
I want to see how far I could go. That's okay. I'm speaking to my generation. Here's Bichette, and he takes a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. But anyway, the Iron Mike would have its arm, if you will, that grasps the baseball, and it would come straight over the top and go whoosh, and the ball would travel towards home plate. The 0-1 on the way, a breaking ball hit on the ground to second. That's right at Weatherholt. He's got it. Throws to first, 2 men away.
Well, it's backyard baseball night. There was that robot that used to fling it like that in backyard baseball when one of those mini games or whatever. But that was our version of the Iron Mike. Was the digital version of Iron Mike.
Way back in 1988, I played in the Mets fantasy camp, and they had an Iron Mike that we'd work out against in the morning. I'll give you an idea how slow my bat was as Juan Soto steps in. First pitch by Palante. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a fastball for a called strike, decides not to challenge. And the count 0-1. But I must have broken 6 bats while hitting against Iron Mike. You know, they say, well, let the ball get in deep. That didn't work. True story. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Foul back to the screen, a big cut by Soto, and it's 0-2.
Who's the sucker that you went up to and said, hey, can I borrow another bat?
No, they had unlimited bats. The late Chuck Hiller, a former Mets player and coach, was my manager. Did the radio shows back in the FAN days that night from the lobby of the hotel with a lot of the former players. And, it was an unbelievable week. And if you have a chance to get down to Mets Fantasy Camp in November in Port St. Lucie, do it. You'll find details online at Mets.com. Here's the 0-2. Upstairs to Soto, 1-2. Juan batting .276 with 13 homers and 30 runs batted in. And he is in a 3-for-27 slide recently. 2-0 Cardinals. 2 out, nobody on, bottom 1. Now Palante with a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground up the first baseline. It's a fair ball fielded by Burleson. Takes it to the bag in time to get the jogging Soto, who did not drop his bat. And that ends the first inning. 0 across at the end of 1. Cardinals 2, Mets 0 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Imagine a city feel at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. And you imagine
the pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal.
We're coming to you live from the Bob Murphy broadcast booth, proudly presented by Bigelow Tea. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug and tea proudly. Going to the second inning with the Cardinals leading the Mets 2-0. And as expected, David Peterson, the left-hander, comes out of the bullpen, and he will be asked to do the bulk of the pitching tonight. Imagine. And for Peterson, his first outing in 10 days since the last day of May, when the Mets beat the Marlins 10-1. First batter is left-hand hitting Nathan Church, and the first pitch sinker is in for a called strike, 0-1. Church shortened up, and so that immediately drew the attention of Beatty at third and Young at first, who moved in. And now the 0-1 to Church. Hit on the ground, one big hop to Beatty at third, not hit hard. Beatty throws to first in time, and Church is out. So for Peterson, 2 pitches, 1 out, and it'll bring up Jose Fermin, the third baseman. So Austin Warren done after 1 inning. He was the opener, allowed 2 hits and 2 runs, walking 2, and also striking out 1. That first Mets strikeout tonight brought to you by Weichert Realtors. Don't settle for a good agent, go for a great one at Weichert.com. So here's Fermin, right-hand hitter, and he takes high and tight ball 1. Jose Fermin out of the Dominican Republic, 27-year-old. They picked up from the Cleveland Guardians organization. Batting at .250, and the 1-0 in tight, a fastball, and it's 2-0. Fermin, 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. So Peterson, with a right leg kick, deals 2-0, and that's way upstairs, ball 3. For Peterson, it's his 8th relief appearance, 14th game in all. He's 3-5 with a 5.18 earned run average. 3-0 on the way. That's on the outside corner, right at the top of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. His best work has come when he has been in a situation like this as a bulk guy. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a high fly foul, third base side. Beatty over by the stands for a look, but it's several rows back and out of play, and now it's full on Jose Fermin. And for David Peterson, just personally, this is a big year. It's his walk year. He did show that he can pitch out of the bullpen a couple of years ago during the LCS in particular against the Dodgers and against the Phillies in the division series. Here's a payoff pitch. Hit on the ground to third, right along the line. Fair ball fielded by Beatty. Throws off balance on one hop, but it can't be held by Young, and Fermin is aboard. We'll see how they score that. Beatty had a long throw to make, could not set his feet because the ball was not hit all that hard. He short hopped the throw. Young was not able to come up with it, but they will give Jose Fermin credit for a base hit.
And Young almost had that. It hit off the finger part of the webbing on his glove on that first baseman's mitt. That's that rounded, curved edge. It's hard to snap that corner in sometimes, and it just kind of pancake off the side.
So here's J.J. Weatherholt, who singled to start the game and would later score. Peterson now from the stretch, and we have a pitch clock violation on David Peterson. So immediately it's going to be ball 1 to Weatherholt. Little things like that just don't help. I don't know if Peterson was miffed that he didn't get an out there. But now he's behind 1-0, and the pitch hit softly on the ground to short. Bichette's got it. Throws to second 1. Returned to first by Semien, not nearly in time. So Weatherholt, safe at first on the fielder's choice, as Fermin is forced at second, 6-4.
Well, from what we've seen about balls put in play, a good thing is for Peterson, a lot of them have been on the ground. The one that Beatty handled on Church, the Fermin ball that he just beat out, and that one from Weatherholt. And the key for Peterson always in his entire career has been that sinker, trying to get those ground balls.
And soft contact, too, from really all 3 of the hitters that he's faced. So here's Herrera, who walked and scored his first time. And the first pitch to the right-hand batter, pulled through the hole. A base hit going into left field. Going to second and stopping there is Weatherholt. So a second hit in the inning off of Peterson. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Before Alec Burleson will pause for station identification.
Knicks basketball can be heard on 880 ESPN, and you're listening to Mets baseball right here on 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
Howie Rose, Keith Rad with you at Citi Field. Cardinals 2, Mets nothing, 2 out. Cardinals with runners at first and second here in the second inning, and Alec Burleson, who grounded to second his first time up, will be the batter. Left-hand hitter. Holds that bat high over his head. The outfield straight away. And Peterson wheels to second without making a throw, just chasing Weatherholt back. Weatherholt, the faster of the two base runners, with Herrera, the trail man, at first. Cardinals now with 4 hits already, 2 in each of the first 2 innings. First pitch, swing and a miss. Big cut at a sinker, and the count 0-1 to Burleson, with Jordan Walker waiting on deck. The overcast continues here. It does not appear threatening at the moment. The wind is calm, which is good. 0-1 the count. Another wheel to second, and again, no throw made by Peterson. But those are disengagements. 0-1 the count. Peterson sets at the letters, the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to the right side, fielded at the left knee by Young. He flips to Peterson, covering in time, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And in the middle of the second at Citi Field, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Mets 0 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. And you imagine
the pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving
Last of the second, Cardinals 2, Mets 0. Jared Young, the Mets cleanup hitter, leads off, left-hand batter. And Andre Palante, old Iron Mike, with his first pitch, and that's taken low for ball 1. Some scores to check on, sponsored by Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of the Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. The 1-0 to Young. Fastball hit high in the air to left center. It's pretty deep. Back goes Church onto the track, moving laterally now, and he can't come up with it. He reached out. The ball looked like it just hit the edge of his glove, picked up on the warning track and played back in, and Young is standing at second. I would imagine they'll give him a double. As Church started to move laterally, he was getting some company from the left fielder, Velasquez, and I think that Church might have taken his eye off the ball at the last second. Yeah, he did, once he saw Velasquez closing in on him.
I think it was kind of one of those, I think he's going to get it. No, I think he's going to get it at the last second, because you're right, he pulled up thinking Velasquez was going to reach up and make the catch, because Church kind of sticks his booty back and extends his arm because he doesn't want to crash into Velasquez, thinking left field is right there.
Well, the Mets get a break there. It is a double for their first hit, and now Marcus Semien, the batter. First pitch is in for a called strike, a slider, 0-1. That first Mets hit of the game, brought to you by Hudson Honda, where bad credit's no problem. Get approved fast and hit the road. Visit HudsonHonda.com today. Semien batting .223 with 8 homers and 25 RBIs. Right-hand batter. And Palante deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher Herrera. It's 1-1. Well, the Phillies and Blue Jays are in the top of the third in Toronto. And Max Scherzer is on the mound for the Blue Jays. His first appearance since April 24th. Struck out the first two batters, then he gave up a home run to Bryce Harper. And the Phillies have a 1-0 lead again in the top of the third. Palante, I believe timeout had been called by the home plate ump Stu Shearwater. Unless Palante stepped off on his own, that would be a disengagement. 1-1 the count. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul straight down at home plate, reaching for a slider. And it's 1-2 to Semien. Fernando Tatis, whose power bat has been dormant this year, hit a game-winning home run to give the Padres a 5-4 win at home over Cincinnati. And the Nationals had a 9-1 lead in the 8th inning against the Giants, and they lost against the lowest scoring team in baseball. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high, 2-2.
It's got to be up there for worst loss of the season, right? To be that.
Oh, man, yeah.
Up that much, that late in the game.
Giants won 11-10. Walk-off grand slam by Bryce Eldridge. Nationals used to do that to the Mets in Washington, seemingly once a year. Remember Kurt Suzuki? 2-2 pitch on the outside corner. Strike three called if it stands, but a challenge coming
challenge in the pitch
from Mr. Semien. Nope, sit down. Strike three.
Right. New York has one challenge remaining.
So, one away, and it'll bring up A.J. Ewing.
Well, certainly that James Wood inside the park grand slam when the Mets were up 5-0 was one of those, I forgot about those once-a-year games in Washington.
Well, we usually think about them because so many of them have come in the bottom of the ninth or the bottom of an extra inning.
Right.
Remember Pudge Rodriguez walking the Mets off on in a similar game many years ago. It seemed to be an annual thing. Here's Ewing, left-hand batter. Fouls the first pitch off his foot, and the count 0-1. A.J. on a 6-game hitting streak. He went 2 for 4 last night, so he's batting .270. A lot of singles, 1 homer, 7 runs batted in. Just got 2 doubles and 1 triple, so really it's just those 4 extra base hits. But with his speed, he's always a threat. He's already stolen 7 bases. Mets rookie record for stolen bases set by Mookie Wilson 45 years ago with 24. Sorry, Mook. The 0-1 on the way. On the inside corner, a called strike. It's 0-2. How was Mookie Wilson a rookie 45 years ago? It's flying by. I still look for Adventurers Inn when I'm coming down the Whitestone Expressway. And I think so does Stuart Weinberg, because after our little chat about Adventurers Inn and the batting cages, Stuart reached out to us. 0-2 to Ewing. Now the pitch in the dirt, a curve. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He said not only does he remember Adventurers Inn, but he worked there and worked the batting cages and sometimes the tractor. He said, but feeding the Iron Mike was great.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you stand behind it, just dump balls in there and then laugh at the hitters. 1-2 the count. Now the pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. And by the way, as Stewart and anyone else who hit the batting cages on 20th Avenue will attest, you had no chance to break those bats. Those were the heaviest pieces of lumber. You can get a hernia just lifting it, never mind swinging it. We're not going to break those things. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to second. Moving up on it, Weatherholt. He's got it. Throws to first in time. 2 away as Young crosses over to third. Cardinals leading 2-0 with 2 out here at the bottom of the second. Francisco Alvarez will be next.
Now there was one, Valley Stream. You can go to Eisenhower Park. Is it Five Towns had one?
Yep.
Over by that Costco or BJ, something like that. The bats were horribly heavy. The balls were heavy because they
were like rocks.
Yeah. And I thought this was my hands are ripping. Why? I thought this was supposed to be easier.
Well, here's Francisco Alvarez, who makes coming back from injury look easy. Returned last night after meniscus surgery. First pitch, a breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 1 called. So 26 days after he had surgery to repair that torn meniscus, he was back catching and hitting in a major league game. He's the designated hitter tonight. Young at third, 2 out, 2-0 Cardinals in the second. The 0-1 pitch Alvarez fouls it off to the first base side downstairs. And out of play in the count 0-2. Braves are coming in this weekend. Stay after the game on Friday for a fireworks show presented by Hard Rock at Metropolitan Park, weather permitting. Go to Mets.com/fireworks for tickets. 0-2 to Alvarez. Francisco went 2 out of 3 against Palante, and he saw him in St. Louis. 0-2 the count. Young leads from third. Now the pitch. Breaking ball way outside. That knuckle curve. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with Brett Beatty, the left-hand hitter, waiting on deck. So Palante from the first base side of the rubber sets. And the 1-2 to Alvarez. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3, and that retires the side. 2 strikeouts for Palante. No runs, a leadoff double by Young, who is stranded at third. And at the end of 2, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Mets nothing on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra. Want to stay?
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs? Or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Tap the banner to buy or rent with Street Easy. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch. It's gone! Third inning, David Peterson's second, 2-0 Cardinals leading the Mets, Keith.
And Jordan Walker will lead off. First pitch to the big righty. Peterson delivers a sinker strike to get ahead. The count 0-1. Walker, Nootbaar, and Wynn 4, 5, and 6. Remember, Peterson did not see these guys first time around. The lefty's 0-1. Reached for, popped up, shallow center. Simeon going out. Ewing sprinting in. Slows down, makes the one-hand catch over his hat. And Walker's retired. Good to get Jordan Walker, who knocked in a run in the first inning. Cardinals scored twice against Austin Warren. And Walker's having a career year. It's his 4th major league season. Hitting better than 300 coming in. And he's been hot, too. So he's down. Here's Lars Nootbaar, who walked his first time. That was also against Austin Warren. Peterson's first batter was the 8-man Church. Nootbaar batting 5th. First one. Nootbaar takes outside. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Brett Beatty playing in at third and off the line. Bichette, Simeon, and Young all back and around to the right against the lefty. Slide open stance, the 1-0. Nootbaar takes in the dirt. That's 2 balls and no strikes. Now Peterson as a reliever, a 1.88 ERA. As a starter, 7.5. Here comes the 2-0 to Nootbaar. Up and in, 3 balls and no strikes. Missed that time with a 94-mile-an-hour sinker. It has been very peculiar. You figured a guy who is demoted in the sense of the bullpen would pitch worse out of the pen. 3-0. He's in for a strike, and it's 3-1. But he had been pitching so much better that they put him back in the rotation. Remember the last homestand faced Cincinnati. He had to start back in there. Clay Holmes hurt, needs some help. Didn't go well. 3-1. Pumped in for a strike, sinker at the knees, and it's 3-2. That start he had against the Reds, 6 earned, 11 hits in 5 innings. Don't know what it's been. Don't know what the reason is. Payoff. Strike 3 called. Came back and snapped a slider over the inside edge. Now Nootbaar strikes out. First punch out for Peterson tonight. And there are 2 away in the 3rd inning. 2-0 St. Louis. And Mason Wynn's coming up. We're coming to you live from the Bob Murphy broadcast booth, proudly presented by Bigelow Tea. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug and tea proudly. The only opener Bob Murphy knew was one to open up a can, I'm sure. They did not have this strategy back in the early days. Pitch to Wynn way inside. He jackknifes out of the way. Takes ball 1.
As he'd be opening a can of Rheingold, extra dry.
Some of those old commercials, you go back and listen to them, man. Just the creativity of writing those things. 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. You used to hear they'd fill up the glass of Rheingold beer, all the sound effects. One of my favorite parts of baseball on the radio was the reads in the commercials. 1-1. In for a strike, and it's 1-2. Rheingold, I was always confused at the story. Rheingold approached the Mets, and Rheingold helped put the booth together.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of interesting. The 1-2 to Win. Way inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's back when they had ad men putting things together.
Yeah, they were the primary sponsor, and they owned the broadcast rights. Not Rheingold, but the ad agency owned the broadcast rights, if I'm not mistaken. And with Rheingold's permission, they hired the announcers.
2-2 just missed away with a changeup, and it's full on Mason Wynn.
Not something. I can't remember the name of the agency anymore. I mean, it is over 60 years ago. I know Madge was not William Morris. No.
2-0 Cardinals. The payoff inside. So I had him and then lost him. Wynn works the walk. And he's on with 2 outs. Nelson Velasquez coming up. Well, we can tell you that now is the perfect time to get a Peerless Boiler. Don't wait. Go to peerlessboilers.com for more information and an installer near you. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. 2-0 St. Louis. Here's Nelson Velasquez. Struck out looking his first time. That was against Austin Warren. Quick throw to first. And Wynn, scrambling back, just gets in safely. He ended up diving back into first and then scrambling so much that his body made an angle and his feet ended up almost down the right field line as he held on to the outside of the bag. The Mets will not challenge, but close. So 1 disengagement. Wynn certainly can run. He is 5 out of 6, and he's already stolen a bag tonight to make it 6 out of 7. A look to first, and the pitch. Velasquez spanks one to deep left center field. Soto is back on the track. He looks up, and it's gone. Nelson Velasquez hits a 2-run home run for the Cardinals. Above the Fiesta deck, a couple of rows back in left center field. And in the top of the 3rd, it is 4-0 St. Louis.
Which is exactly where the Mets were last night.
For Velasquez, his 2nd home run in 8 games with the Cardinals. Big right-handed hitter. He was hitting home runs against them in spring training and then has just surfaced since the end of May. And they hit a lot of home runs last night, and they're back at it tonight. Now, Peterson was staring down Wynn, threw over there and was nervous that, okay, he may be on the move. And who knows if that took his attention away to the detail of not throwing a pitch right down the middle. So here's Church, left on left, 4-0 Cards. Full windup and the pitch. Hit on the ground toward first. Diving stop by Young toward the line. Gets up, steps on the bag in time to end the inning. That one was hit hard, but Jared Young with a nice diving play to save one going down the line. But Nelson Velasquez, first year with the Cardinals, first home run of the night for St. Louis. They take a 4-0 lead, middle of 3 in Queens on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets!
Here comes the...
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs? Or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Tap the banner to buy or rent with Street Easy. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the signal that works best wherever you go. Whether you're at the ballpark, the city, or traveling across the country, Red Pocket Mobile has you covered. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. And you imagine
the pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win 15.
Brett Beatty leads off, bottom of the third inning, 4-0 St. Louis. First pitch. Swing a ground ball hit toward the shortstop hole. Base hit. Pass for Mean and pass Wynn. Beatty snuck that one past a little overshift into left field to lead off the inning. For Mean against the lefty was in at third and off the line. Wynn was shaded up the middle. And so that one was tucked neatly, bouncing by for Mean and Wynn. And so Beatty is on base. It's the second Mets hit. And they're trying to just simply answer what the Cardinals did, which was double their lead in the top of this inning. And also get on the scoreboard. The Mets have not scored in the series. There's Luis Torrens. Cardinals shut him out last night, 7-0. Torrens and then the top with Benj. Luis in there, even with Alvarez. Beatty runs, pitch taken for a strike, throw down on one hop. The tag, the ball bounces out of the glove of the second baseman Weatherholt, and Beatty has a steal. And you know why the Mets are running? And even Beatty, who's 3 out of 4, Ivan Herrera is now 0 for 17 throwing out base runners. I'll tell you what, that was actually somewhat close. But the ball looked like Weatherholt never actually had it. So it tipped off his glove even before he brought it down to try to tag Beatty.
You're down 4-0. You better make it, though.
Yeah, true. 0-1 on Torrens. Palante set. First base side. Pitch. Spoiled foul to the right. And the count 0-2. Mention that Benj is the one who's on deck. Brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Speaking of throwing guys out, again, Herrera 0 for 17. Torrens back there coming in tonight 12 out of 27. That's 44%. That's even better than last year when he was a finalist for a Gold Glove. 0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Herrera. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. You say, well, Herrera, why is he even in there? Well, what we've seen from him batting in the 2-hole, offensively, he has not been retired in the series. On 5 times last night and the first 2 times tonight. Yesterday's catcher was Jimmy Crooks. He's sitting because he's left-handed against Peterson. 1-2. Inside, and it hit him. Caught him on the elbow guard. So the Mets have a little something growing here with first and second and nobody out. The top of the order coming up. That was a pretty clear hit by pitch on Torrens. No challenge from Oli Marmol and the Cardinals. But now Palante, after being gifted a 4-0 lead, is messing around with some base runners. Now here's Benj, who popped out to shallow center his first time. It's a nice running catch with his back to the infield by Mason Wynn, the shortstop. The Mets trying to get something going. They have not scored since Sunday in San Diego. Palante sets and fires. Benj takes a strike on the inside corner, crackling in at 96 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Speaking of getting on base a ton with Ivan Herrera, Benj, of course, had the 5-for-5 day on Sunday in San Diego. A single last night in 4 trips. On his lead first and second, 0-1. Benj fouls it back, and it's 0-2. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com, from official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. Visit MLBshop.com/Mets, the official source for your Mets gear. Benj digging in. He has knocked in 26 runs in 2026. And Palante steps off. Palante is a heavy ground ball pitcher, one of the best in baseball. About 50% ground ball rate, so that's a lot more than the league average, which is somewhere in the 30% ranking. 0-2. Swing and a miss at a ball way in front of home plate. Ben strikes out, and he was running toward first, which is occupied, so he just keeps on running down the steps of the dugout. We've really seen a more disciplined Benj. That is not a pitch that we've seen him chase for a while. That was a knuckle curve. SNY showing a replay. It bounced inches in front of home plate. So a strikeout on that curve. Third strikeout of the night for Palante. And here's Bichette. 4-0 Cardinals in the third. Pitch. Up and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. And it's not as if the Mets have had no chances to score. They've been totally anemic on offense. Yesterday they had an early chance when it was scoreless. Couldn't knock in a run. They ended up going 0 for 3 with men in scoring position. And then St. Louis scored their 7 runs to run away with it. Palante holds the set. The 1-0. Bichette swings and misses. Tied up on a sinker running in by his hip. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. But tonight the Mets 0 for 4 already with men in scoring position. They had Jared Young leading off the second with a double. Couldn't knock him in. And here you go with Beatty at second. Terens at first. Infield playing back, looking for a double play. The 1-1. Bichette taps it foul. Just got a piece of that slider. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. A guy who has been the guy has been Marcus Semien with men in scoring position. But even he's been cold. Hitting around 350 coming into the series. He's had 3 chances and he's gone 0 for 3. So Bichette trying to be the guy right now. Palante set. 2 on, 1 out. 4-0 Cardinals. Pitch. Check swing. Ball in the dirt. He went around. Stu Shearwater, the home plate umpire, said he bit at the slider. Back-to-back strikeouts for Andre Palante, and Juan Soto is coming up. Now, they always say that when pitchers got men on base, it's the pitcher who's in trouble. And so these Mets hitters have kind of spun themselves into a web here trying to knock in a run. Bichette with that strikeout is now 12 for 55 with men in scoring position. That's right around 217. Now Soto steps in. Palante steps off to catch his breath. Soto grounded out to first his first time. He's been scuffling. 3 for his last 28. Mets down 4-0. So the big deep breath, double taps the plate, and sits low in that strong lefty stance. Outfielders are deep. First pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike, and a helmet tap for Soto. He didn't like that call. This would be the last challenge for the Mets if they've lost it. So somewhat big call. And it was low, so he's right. And the Mets saved their challenge.
Remaining.
Stu's microphone was
suspiciously muted
at the concession stand for the first part of that one. So ball 1 on Soto, and again, count leverage is always big when you're facing Soto, who can flip this game, the energy in this building with 1 swing. It's quiet in here. 1-0. Strike on the inside corner. This time Soto nods yes, agreeing with the call from Shearwater, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Soto has seen Palante a lot. He is 3 out of 13, including the ground out his first time up. Beatty is small lead at second. Terens at first. The 1-1. Drops low, tried a slider, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And the nice thing about Soto, even though he's still scary, no matter if he's hot or in a rut, you can't work around him totally because Jared Young, who's on deck, has been hitting. Young had a double his first time. A 2-1 on Soto. Could get a good pitch here. Infield back around to the right. Palante comes home. Misses low, and it's 3 balls and a strike. So Soto's presence certainly big right here. The Mets again yesterday. Not really much doing. Soto did walk. Did single. But has not gone deep in a while. Sitting on 13 home runs. 4-0 Cardinals. 2 on for the Mets. 2 outs. The 3-1. Up high, walked him. So the bases are loaded. The Mets have their best chance of the series here to get something going. Now Soto goes to first base. Terens up to second. Beatty up to third. And Ivan Herrera, the catcher, lifts the lid of that catcher's mask and goes out to talk to Andre Palante. First Mets walk of the game presented by Emu Health, official pediatric dental partner of the New York Mets radio network. Emu Health, move forward. And as Young comes up, we'll pause 10 seconds. Station ID.
Knicks basketball can be heard on 880 ESPN, and you're listening to Mets baseball right here on 1050 ESPN WEPN New York.
Alongside Howie Rose, my name is Keith Rad. We're at Citi Field, bottom of the third inning. Mets down by 4, have the bases loaded here, and Jared Young up. One swing could tie the game for Young, who has doubled tonight. He's hit 3 homers this year. Palante set, righty to lefty. First pitch. Missed inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Now the double that Young hit to left center field was off the wall. He really just missed a home run to the Fiesta deck out there. A ball that was not caught between Church and Velasquez, the center fielder and left fielder near the fence. 2 outs for Palante, the 1-0. Swinging a pop foul third base side, and the count 1-1 on Jared Young. Young has had one situation this season with the bases loaded. He is 1 for 1. And certainly a home run would be huge. He just simply as well needs a base hit. Runners at all 3 bags, 2 outs, 4-0 Cardinals in the third. The 1-1. Swing and miss. Knuckle curve. And he chased. And that is the one pitch we've seen to have crazy flailing reactions from these Mets hitters. The sinker's been good. The slider's been good. But that knuckle curve, Bench swung at one that was almost halfway to home plate. And that swing by Young we don't see very often. So 1-2 on Young. 2 outs. Palante's pitch. Bounced over the mound toward the middle of the infield. Wynn's got it at short. Flips to first. In time. Inning over. The Mets had first and second, nobody out. And the bases loaded and 2 outs and don't score. Haven't scored in the series. We go to the fourth. 4-0 St. Louis on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets! Emu Health specializes in pediatric dental.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the fourth. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets.
The fourth inning is brought to you by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today. 4-0 St. Louis. David Peterson back to the mound, and it is the Newsday inning here in the top of the fourth. We are joined by Dave Lennon. David, it's good to see you. How you been?
Great. Still waiting for the first run of the series here by the Mets, so waiting with bated breath here to see what happens.
It's early.
That's right.
Peterson, who came on in the second, scoreless second inning, to give up a 2-run home run in the third, and sees Jose Fermin to start the fourth. First pitch, the righty swings and crushes one to left center field. This is deep. Soto, though, back toward the track, makes the catch on the run, and Fermin is out. Do you like Springsteen? There's a great Springsteen song, One Step Up and Two Steps Back.
Yeah, I am familiar with that.
This Mets team, that's kind of how it feels. That's San Diego Series K, off and running, and then coming home where they played well. Where's that team we just saw?
Yeah, they just can't sustain it. And it's going to be very tough to get back into this thing, this wild card race, without some kind of sustained momentum.
4-0 Cardinals in the fourth. Here's Weatherholt back to the top of the order. First pitch in for a strike. Count 0-1. Weatherholt a single and then reached on a fielder's choice. An active day already for a Cardinal team. 4 runs, 5 hits. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. Curveball, and it's 0-2.
And that momentum will be tough to find without scoring a run. Very difficult to win that way.
You bring up a good point about just the wild card. Cardinals are a team that are atop the wild card. 0-2, fouled off. The Cardinals have won 3 out of 4 against the Mets season series. This is Game 5. Tomorrow's Game 6. So if the Mets find themselves 5 games back, they don't really have a lot of head-to-heads against some of these teams that they may end up right there with at the very end of it.
Well, I mean, it's funny that nobody really wanted to believe in the Cardinals. It's supposed to be a rebuilding year for them, right? They ditched all their expensive, quote-unquote, good players.
The windup from Peterson in the 0-2. Missed high with a fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So they lead the wild card pack right now, and they've played very well. And so you figure to get them on the same field with the Mets. Let's see where the Mets shape up in the wild card race.
1-2. Weatherholt, it's a ground ball knocked down on the mound. Peterson chases after it, picks it up, and Dry Fires doesn't throw to first. It's an infield hit. Weatherholt hit it up the middle. Peterson, big body, knocked it down, and looked like it might have landed at his feet, but it actually continued on behind him. And just simply having to go chase it, it took too much time to get a throw off to first base.
Could not make the skate save on that one. Just got by him.
Are you following the Stanley Cup, or is if the Bruins are not in it, you're not in it?
Right. Only on the headlines in the sea. I mean, it seems like a crazy Stanley Cup Finals. The games have been nuts.
The games have been great.
I know. That's what I mean.
Here's Ivan Herrera, who's not been retired in the series. Been on 7 times. Pitch. Peterson misses high, 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, just to get back to the wild card thing for a second, we finally put these 2 teams on the field, see where the Mets shape up. First night, the Cardinals ran circles around them and beating them 7-0. That was a pretty sobering opening to this series, I thought.
4-0 tonight in Game 2, the 1-0. Herrera rips it foul off of the facing of his own third base dugout, and it's 1-1.
And what the Cardinals did, really, they got pitching. They did some smart base running. They played enough defense. They just played the basic tenets of the game well and aggressively. Very aggressive against Peralta at the plate, too.
Runner at first, 1 out. Peterson's 1-1. Missed down low with a slider, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So it's June 10th. Trade deadline leans into August a little bit, not quite July 31st, but and this you're talking about. This is the 2-month season right here. You'd think, right, before making decisions.
And even, I mean, some people try to jump the market if they have something they think they can, trade at that point. I don't think the Mets are quite there yet. And it's going to be interesting because there's so much parity across the league, and especially with the wild card and the extra playoff teams, teams have to try to figure out where they're at.
2-1 on Herrera. Peterson's pitch. Missed up high. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Like, how many games out of the wild card race is too many? I mean, is 5? I would say no. I guess it's more of a feel on the vibe you're getting from your team. Does it look like a team that can put together sustained winning?
Infield back, 1 out. The 3-1. Herrera takes a strike, dropped in a changeup, and it's 3-2.
I would argue that Francisco Lindor being relatively close. I mean, I think inside of the next 2 weeks we could see him back up here. I think he can be a difference maker and help this team win, certainly offensively.
Dave Lennon of Newsday here with us in this 4th inning. 4-0 Cardinals. Payoff pitch inside. Ball 4. So Ivan Herrera has been on 8 straight times to start this series. I think, Max Muncy in the 24 LCS was on 13 straight against the Mets. Herrera's been on 8 times. First and second, 1 out. Alec Burleson coming up. 4-0 St. Louis. I think that the Mets are now right around 5 games out, 5.5, no matter other finishes in the league. Maybe a month ago they were 8 out in kind of a similar spot. So the other teams losing, the parity being there, kind of helped the Mets at least stay in the conversation. Burleson 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. Left on left, first pitch. Misses low, 1 ball, no strikes.
When you look at the equation now of trying to close ranks on a lot of teams that are in front of you, it can work to a team like the Mets' advantage. They have this goofy schedule where everybody plays everybody.
1-0. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes.
Because there are more games than ever now that are interleague games where if, let's say, the teams in front of you might all happen to lose on the same night, you could pick up ground with a win. Because with the old schedule, a lot of those teams would have been playing each other.
First and second, one out. The 2-0 pitch. Burleson smacks one to center. Ewing back toward the track, nearing the wall. Makes the catch right under that 370 mark onto the Fiesta deck and fires in. They had to go all the way back to make the catch. So 2 outs, still first and second, and Jordan Walker coming up.
I mean, along those same lines, Howie, if they were in play for the division, which they certainly do not look like they're in play for that, they haven't played the Braves yet.
Right.
I mean, that would be a chance to play a team in front of them. I don't think they'll be able to beat the Braves enough time to climb back into the divisional race.
Well, it's 15.5 going into play tonight, and the Braves will be here this weekend.
Yes.
Got to start someplace.
There's Walker, who's had a big season. It's a big spot here. 4-0 St. Louis. Pitch fouled back just to the right of our booth. Into section 317. The count 0-1 on Walker. Yeah, so this is a test, and then this weekend will no doubt be a test too.
For sure.
To check in on those Atlanta Braves who have the best record in the sport.
Probably excited to see Dom Smith this weekend.
Yeah, right.
What a year he's having.
I know.
And what a great kid, too.
0-1. Walker takes low, fastball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And he's bounced around quite a bit for a number of different teams, with the Yankees for a little while, too. I mean, he can play good defense, and he's certainly been hitting.
Well, they're holding at second, Herrera at first. Peterson trying to get out of this. The 1-1. That is absolutely tattooed to deep left center field, and it's gone. Into the Fiesta deck for a 3-run laser beam home run for Jordan Walker, whose monster season continues. It is 7-0 Cardinals in the 4th inning. Walker has hit his 17th home run. He's knocked in 4 runs tonight. He has 52 RBIs this year, and it's June 10th.
Well, it took 7 innings last night for the Mets to trail 7-0. Now it's 7-0 St. Louis in the 4th.
Wasn't there a time when the Cardinals were waiting for Jordan Walker to arrive?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's arrived now. At a bad time for the Mets.
That was a no-doubter off the bat. Even though it wasn't high and majestic, it was just a low bullet. Here's Nootbaar, takes a breaking ball strike, and the count 0-1.
Meanwhile, Peterson's first outing in 10 days has produced multiple runners in each of the 3 innings that he's worked and has allowed 5 runs.
Pitch. Nootbaar takes outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, Walker, you're right, Dave, has found it. This is year 4. This guy that's been up, demoted multiple times. The 1-1. Nootbaar, it's a ground ball to second. Simeon backs up. He fields, throws to first. Picked out low by Young to end the inning. 3 runs crossed for the Cardinals. 7-0 St. Louis. Dave Lennon of Newsday. I'm not booing him. We love Dave.
Walker has arrived, and I'm headed out.
All right. Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit a homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch.
It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos. Your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Tap the banner to buy or rent with Street Easy. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the signal that works best wherever you go, whether you're at the ballpark, the city, or traveling across the country. Red Pocket.
We go to the last of the 4th inning at Citi Field. 7-0 St. Louis. Yeah, we said that to you last night, and that was the final score. It's already 7-0 here in game 2. Marcus Semien leads off against Andre Palante. Right on right, first toss. Strike on the outside corner. Slider just nipped the edge. And the count 0-1. And the thing about this game, too, is that the Mets have had chances offensively to compete. Here's the 0-1. That's tagged in the air down the right field line, but it sails out of play, and the count 0-2. And I say that because game back and forth. You get a chance. You get a chance. The Mets had a man in scoring position in the second, down 2-0, and 3 times came up short. They had 2 on in the third with nobody out. Couldn't bring in the run. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Put him away on a slider. So down goes Semien on 3 pitches. And Marcus was in our 5th batter spotlight. Brought to you by Key Food. Look for all your favorite products at your local Key Food. Key Food and their family of supermarkets. So, yes, David Peterson has struggled tonight. 2 big home runs, a 2-run shot to Velasquez, 3-run shot allowed to Walker. But the bottom part of the line score out there, Mets have had chances to simply fight back a little bit here. Now, here's Ewing, who grounded out to second his first time. Mets chasing 7 in the 4th. Pitch. Ewing fouls it away. Count 0-1. Scoreboard update brought to you by the New York Lottery. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Miami up big on Arizona, top of the 6th. 8-0 Marlins. 0-1. Breaking ball nabs the outside corner, a knuckle curve, and it's 0-2. In the Miami game, Owen Casey and Kyle Stowers hit home runs as part of a 6-run Marlins 4th inning. That game at Lone Depot Park, South Florida. 0-2. Missed in the dirt with another knuckle curve, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now, last night, the Dodgers playing Pittsburgh, it was close until it wasn't. Dodgers had a massive finish. They won the game 12-3 in Pittsburgh, and they're up 6-1 tonight, top of the 6th inning. Infield back around to the right. 7-0 Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th. 1-2. Fastball missed high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, the 6, of course, is in the Dodger column. The Pirates, their 1 is from a guy named Tyler Callahan, who had his first major league home run, and he hit it off Shohei Ohtani. 2-2. Line the other way, foul. Lands in the netting above the tarp down the left field line. And it's still 2-2 on Ewing. So Callahan, of course, who knows where his career is going, but forever he will be able to say, my first big league home run was against one of the great players in the history of the game. Palante's 2-2 downhill. In the dirt, missed with a knuckle curve. Count full on Ewing. And Madge puts in there Freddie Freeman, career hit number 2,501. And a run scored. Thank you. Alvarez on deck, Mets down 7. Palante's payoff. Fouled off again. Ewing scratching and clawing here to get on base. Make some things tough here for Palante, who's about to throw his 60th pitch. So he's a little tad behind schedule, but that's because the Mets had some men on in the 2nd and the 3rd. Palante flutters the glove, deals the 3-2. Ewing takes ball 4. Another great plate appearance for A.J. Ewing, who's, again, only 21 years old. Carson Bench and A.J. Ewing are put in the same bucket, no doubt, same type of player. Now, remember, Carson Bench went to college. He has had that experience. He's faced better pitching. A.J. Ewing is somebody that never faced college pitching. He was drafted out of high school in Ohio and then had to figure it out through the minor leagues. And up here, he's doing well. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Alvarez. 7-0 St. Louis in the 4th. First pitch, swing and a miss at a slider. And count 0-1. Ewing is officially the number 1 position player prospect. He has climbed up. Drafted in 2023. 4th round pick. Leads off first. 0-1. Bounces up there. Herrera blocks it. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And previously, going back to even just the last inning, the Mets were trying to run on Ivan Herrera. We told you is 0 for 17 throwing guys out this year. But that was when it was 4-0. Still kind of pushing it. You doubt that Ewing will run here down by 7. Palante set. The 1-1. Alvarez launches the ball to left field. This one is deep. Velasquez looks up, and it's gone. Francisco Alvarez has hit a home run to put the Mets on the board in the series. And the Cardinals' lead is now 7-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning. For Alvarez, of course, his first one back from the knee injury and his 5th home run of the year in his 39th game. So that thump that they were missing for 3 weeks is back toward the bottom of the lineup, and Alvarez gets the Mets on the board.
And just as the Mets are striving to find some consistency, so has Alvarez really throughout his big league career, where he's had spurts where for a week or 10 days it looks like he's blossoming into a reliable big league hitter and then regresses a bit. So hopefully he's able to get on one of those streaks now.
There's Beatty. He takes a fastball strike, and it's 0-1.
Meaning a streak that will firmly establish himself as a capable big league hitter on a consistent basis.
Remember, he's in the DH spot tonight, so they want his bat in there. 0-1. Beatty takes a breaking ball low, and it's 1-1 strike. I mean, without him, Torrens is certainly a terrific defensive catcher, but Louis on deck. He's a 220 hitter. Not quite the same oomph that Alvarez can bring you. The 1-1. Beatty takes a strike on the outside corner, fastball, and it's 1-2. So the Mets have their first runs of the game, sponsored by Slomin's. Call or visit ac.slomans.com for the best pricing on Central AC. Mets down by 5 now in the fourth. Palante, slow windup, the 1-2. In the dirt, check swing, look to third. Rob Drake says no swing, so it's 2-2 on Brett Beatty. Beatty is single and a stolen base tonight. He actually started the third inning nicely. Mets had first and second, nobody out. Down 4-0, but could not bring in the runs. Palante winds and deals the 2-2. Ground ball hit to second base. Weatherholt to his right, picks it up, slings to first in time to get Beatty for the second out. And will bring up Torrens. We'll pause 10 seconds. Station ID.
Knicks basketball can be heard on 880 ESPN, and you're listening to Mets baseball right here on 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
Hey, Howie Rose. My name is Keith Ratt. We're in the bottom of the fourth, 7-2 St. Louis. Lights are on at Citi Field. First pitch from Palante to Torrens. Missed down low with a fastball. It's 1 no strikes. Torrens hit by a pitch his first time up. Darker sky now, kind of that deep indigo look. Looking out to see not totally dark, nasty clouds up there. There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a slider. That's 1 strike. It is warm now in New York, finally. That usually comes with a price, which is, as my grandmother would say, the Angels bowling up there. There's the 1-1. Torrens fouls it straight down at home plate, and the count 1-2. So luckily, knock on wood, staved that off for the moment. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Torrens and then the top. Palante's at 71 pitches. Of course, nobody up in that St. Louis bullpen in right center. Outfielders are a couple of steps the other way against Torrens. The 1-2 from Palante. Line deep down the right field line, but that's foul. And heading to the back of the seating ball. It saves the ball in 2 strikes. Not a ton of fans in the crowd tonight. Certainly a lot wearing their Knicks uniforms. I just saw a guy go to his seat in a Latrell Sprewell jersey. That's my era right there. There's the 1-2. Miss low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Who do you think about when you think about the New York Knickerbockers?
Well, when you mentioned Latrell Sprewell, I think of P.J. Carlissimo, but that's a whole other story. Actually, I think of Willis and Clyde and that team.
There's the 2-2. Just missed high. Clyde's obviously still crushing the fashion game. I think he was wearing a hat. I think the hat said, might have been styling, swishing and dishing, styling or something. He had his quotes up there on the hat. Styling and profiling. Thank you, Madge. Payoff. Torrens pops it up behind third. Tough play. Wynn going out with the third baseman. Wynn over, no hat. Makes the catch down the left field line to end the inning. Mason Wynn, tough guy to beat. He hauls it in. 2-run home run for Francisco Alvarez. We go to the fifth, 7-2 St. Louis on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. And you imagine
the pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the fourth. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the signal that works best wherever.
Back here at Citi Field, we go to the 5th. It is 7-2 St. Louis. David Peterson, who came on in the second inning, has given up a couple of home runs, one in the third, one in the fourth, and here he is back out there. Howie in the 5th.
Yeah, he's given up 5 runs on 5 hits in his 3 innings of work with 2 walks, a strikeout. Those 2 home runs you mentioned, those 2 home runs accounting for the 5 runs. A 2-run homer by Velasquez and a 3-run home run by Walker. And so now Peterson will face right-hand hitting Mason Wynn to lead off here in the 5th inning. And the first pitch on the way is on the outside corner, a called strike, as Peterson starts him off with a curve. And it's 0-1. Wynn, Velasquez, and Church due up for St. Louis here in the 5th inning. Quick turnaround because tomorrow will be an afternoon game and a 1:10 start with Christian Scott on the mound for the Mets. Here's the 0-1. That's upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Hunter Dobbins will start for the Cardinals in the final meeting of, you have to qualify it, the regular season between these teams. The 1-1 taken high and tight, a fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike. And it's such a shame what the near homogenization of the baseball schedule has done to rivalries. 2-1 hit on the ground up the middle, a base hit going into center field for Mason Wynn. And so Cardinals now with a base runner, as they've had in each of the innings that Peterson has worked. This beginning his 4th. Nelson Velasquez will be next. It was so great when you didn't, and now look, this is an opinion, and yes, from an older fan, if you will, but if you didn't experience the era when you had to finish first to get into the postseason, you only played the teams in your own league, then you really missed a lot of tension. First pitch to Velasquez on the outside corner, strike 1 called, and that was never more typified than in those few years when the Mets and the Cardinals had their rivalry really peaking with the years 85 and 87. 86, of course, the Mets ran away. 0-1 the count. Peterson deals. Swinging a high fly ball to right field, pretty deep. Bench going back, still going. Onto the track, reaches up and makes the catch as he moves softly up against the right field wall in front of the Mets bullpen to the left of the 370 mark, and Wynn goes back to first. Nice catch by Carson Benj. And with 1 away, Nathan Church will be next. But I mean, those races in 85 and 87 were utterly excruciating, and it took shape early. So, pretty much every game from April through October meant something, and very often a lot. And it was the kind of theory you don't often get in the regular season until late. First pitch to Church, in for a called strike, 0-1.
85, the Mets won 98 games and went home.
Okay, I'm a little biased here, And even with a hindsight of 40 years, here's the 0-1. And Church lines it foul down the third base side out of play against the netting. And it's 0-2. But I'll tell you, if Darryl Strawberry didn't rip up his thumb making a catch in right field in, say, May, the May 10th, May 11th neighborhood that year, and missed 6 weeks, I think the Mets still would have beaten the Cardinals. Nobody's going to convince me the Cardinals were the better team. Sorry. Here's the 0-2. Taken outside 1-2. And you know what? And maybe there's a little bitterness there because of, how sophomoric the Cardinals fans were towards the Mets. And then the media latched onto it, and it exists to this day.
Yes, it does.
1-2 to Church. The pitch. Bouncing ball slowly hit towards first. Backhanded by Young. Throws to second. Force play there. No return throw by Bichette. So Church becomes the runner at first, as Wynn is forced out at second, 3-6. 2 men away, and Jose Fermin will be the batter. But some genius had the idea to call the Mets pond scum. I don't think that started until 87, actually. But that became a thing where all the, radio stations, TV stations in St. Louis, they got a big rise out of referring to the Mets as pond scum. And would you believe they still make mention of that today in the Cardinals media notes? Jose Fermin swings and misses, strike one.
I saw him yesterday, and I go, oh, they're still on the pond scum thing here 40 years later.
It's unbelievable.
They're not in there today. Maybe they heard us. Maybe they go, oh, they're paying attention.
But that was the heading to a section, the 0-1 pitch, off the outside corner. 1-1 to Fermin. Cardinals 7, Mets 2 with 2 out. And Church at first here in the top of the 5th inning. Okay, so the Mets are going to challenge here. And that challenge is successful.
Pitch is strike. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
So it's 0-2 now on Church.
But those are fighting words, Howie.
Well, yeah. I mean, they put it actually in their media notes on a section about Mets versus Cardinals, and the heading was Pond Scum. Today. Well, technically last night. But goodness. The 0-2, down and in, might have hit him in his foot. The ball goes wide of home plate, rolling away from Terens, who has to hustle over towards the on-deck circle to pick it up. And by that time, with the hitter Fermin having not been hit, down to second goes Church on a wild pitch.
Yeah, just missed his feet. That was a back foot slider from Peterson. Fermin danced out of the way. It looked like it deflected off Terens' left shin guard. So the little extra trampoline effect, if you will, to the left.
So 1-2, the count to Fermin. Now the pitch. Swing and a liner towards first, beyond the reach of a diving Young. Base hit right field. Around third, coming home Church. Throw to the plate by Bench, cut off by Young. And so Church scores, and on at first with an RBI single is Jose Fermin. And the Cardinals have an 8-2 lead.
It's amazing when you are going through it, as the Mets are right now. One wild pitch moves a runner into scoring position. You're at 2 outs, 2 strikes. And that base hit instead of first and third means a run, and it also means David Peterson is done.
Which means the Mets are going to dig further into their bullpen, and it's going to take several to get to the finish line tonight, however it ends up. So this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Red Pocket Mobile. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless while also paying less.
Running a business can feel like pitching 9 innings every day. And with changing tax laws and market pressures, you can't afford an error in the field. That's where Anshin comes in. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors are in the dugout guiding business owners and investors through complex tax and financial decisions and helping them stay focused on the big win, growth. When experience matters, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, proud partner of the New York Mets.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, and that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve, but my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with CertaPro Painters and get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more. Schedule by July 10th and let freedom and fresh paint ring.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Hey, America, want to save $1,000?
That was a rhetorical question. Switch to Spectrum and save $1,000 guaranteed. Seriously, you can hold us to it. We call it the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Just get fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. And when you switch 2 mobile lines, we guarantee $1,000 of real savings in your first year, or we'll cover the difference. Again, that's a guarantee. You don't get many of those in life. Learn more at spectrum.com/get50. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply.
Now, CNL Perez, the new pitcher for the Mets, as the left-hander takes over for David Peterson, who went 3 2/3, gave up 7 hits. To this point, 6 runs, all earned, walking 2, striking out 1, allowing 2 home runs, and throwing a wild pitch. And so whether there was some rust from the 10 days off for Peterson, or if in fact it just was a rough performance, in any event, Peterson has another rough outing. And this time they thought they had it figured out because he'd been better out of the bullpen working with an opener, but not tonight. So here's Weatherholt in the first pitch, hit on the ground into right field, a base hit. Going to second, stopping there is Fermin. And so on the first pitch by CNL Perez, J.J. Weatherholt comes up with his 3rd hit of the game, a clean single to right. And the Cardinals now have runners at first and second, 2 out, and Ivan Herrera coming up. And all he's done is get on base 8 straight times now in this series. 2 walks sandwiched with a single sandwiched in between tonight.
It's getting to that point where you just go, how is he going to get on this time kind of thing with how good it's been for him.
Well, let's see. First pitch from Perez on the outside corner. A called strike, 0-1. 5th inning is sponsored by Elec 825, building our future. CNL Perez, who got into 16 games with Washington this year. Ahead in the count, 0-1. Now the pitch to the right hand, hitting Herrera. Breaking ball in for a called strike, a slurve, and it's 0-2. All told, Perez 2-3 with a 5.40 ERA. It's his 4th outing as a Met. He's allowed 1 run in 4 innings. 8-2 Cardinals, 2 on, 2 out, top 5. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled into the mid of Torrens, strike 3, and that retires the side. But the Cardinals add a run. There were 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. And in the middle of the 5th inning, it's the Cardinals 8, the Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the signal that works best wherever you go. Whether you're at the ballpark, the city, or traveling across the country, Red Pocket Mobile has you covered. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
First, I'd take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, baseball fans. It's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials.
We go to the last of the 5th inning. Cardinals lead the Mets 8-2. And the Mets will have the top of their order due up against Andre Palante, who will begin his 3rd tour through the Mets batting order, starting with Carson Benj, who's popped to short and struck out swinging. And Palante with his first pitch, hit on the ground to second, waiting on it. Weatherholt, he's got it, and tosses to first in time. One pitch, one out. And that's important for Palante because he's about an inning behind schedule as far as pitch count is concerned. He had thrown 75 pitches through the first 4 innings. That's a lot. You'd like to be essentially done with 5 at that number. And so 1 up, 1 down. And Bo Bichette will be the batter. Bichette is 0 for 2 today. Cardinals bullpen lately has been very good. First pitch, fastball called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Bichette is grounded to second and struck out. So Palante with a left leg kick deals 0-1, and a fastball of the knees, a called strike. Right up the bottom of the zone. The count 0-2. Juan Soto waiting on deck. Now Palante deals, and a breaking ball low outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Howie, a little bit of scary news. The Rangers are playing the Royals, so Brandon Nimmo facing Seth Lugo. Nimmo lined the ball off of Lugo's head.
Oh, goodness.
Seth's coming out of the game.
1-2 to Bichette as a breaking ball low, 2-2.
So Nimmo hits the ball 106 off the bat, and he sees it. And as he's running to first because he knows he has to, he flips his helmet off because he just hit a ball off of his old teammate's head, goes to first, and immediately runs out to see if Lugo's okay.
Well, let's hope Seth is. Here's the 2-2. And Bichette lines it down the right field line, but it's slicing foul off the protective netting.
And it looked like it hit him on the forehead, and he's on his feet, and then they took him out of the game, obviously. But
did it say that? Did he walk off on his own?
Yeah, I mean,
was he being helped off, or did he walk off himself?
I think he walked off on his own with help around him. He wasn't dragged off the field or carried off the field.
Well, that's encouraging in and of itself. Here's the 2-2. And Bichette hits it hard on 1 hop to second. Picked at the shoot tops by Weatherholt. Throws to first in time. 2 men away as we come to you live from the Bob Murphy broadcast booth. Proudly presented by Bigelow Tea. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug and tea proudly. Well, let's hope Seth is okay. Meanwhile, the Knicks off to a very slow start as the Spurs have opened up an early 10-point lead, 12-2. You probably know that if you're interested. Or I'm talking to a wall, one or the other, when it comes to the Knicks. And here's Soto, and he takes called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Well, you know that it doesn't really get going until about 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter anyway.
You got a point there. It's certainly a game of runs. So is baseball in the technical sense. The 0-1, a breaking ball down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, it's funny. Monday, we joke about that too. My wife and I put the game on, we're off. Game starts after all the pregame show. It starts, she goes, so should we put a show on while we wait?
Yeah, while you wait for the game to start. 1-1 to Soto. Now the pitch. Swinging a high pop foul. Third base side out of play. It's 1-2. Apple Bank, where saving meets amazing. Apple Bank is a proud partner of the New York Mets. Visit applebank.com to learn more. I just hate how so many yahoos, especially in the electronic media, the cheerleading, it's over. They won 2 games in San Antonio. It's over. Even some newspaper people. I read somebody in the Daily News who said it was over after 2. Jeez. 1-2 to Soto, down and in. Skips towards the backstop as Juan got out of the way, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And then there are the Knicks fans who go, oh, it's over now. Because the Spurs won. But it's going to be a heck of a series. Both teams are doing amazingly well at this point, obviously, in the finals.
2-2 to Soto. Now the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, deep right center, moving over Nootbaar, the right fielder, onto the track to make the one-hand catch. And that retires the side. Nothing across at the end of 5. It's the Cardinals 8, the Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets!
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the fourth. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the...
Well, we go to the 6th inning here at Citi Field. Cardinals lead the Mets 8-2. Cionel Perez faced 2 batters in relief of David Peterson in the 5th. He'll start the 6th against Alec Burleson, left-hander against left-handed hitter. And the first pitch is swung on and popped up behind third base, backpedaling Beatty onto the edge of the outfield grass, and Brett makes the one-hand catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in this 6th inning. That will bring up Jordan Walker, who hit the 3-run home run in the 4th inning, which opened up a 7-0 lead for the Cardinals. Walker has driven in 4 of the 7. He had an RBI single in the 1st inning. Cardinals have out-hit the Mets 10-3 and lead 8-2. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1 called. We're talking a moment or two ago about the Knicks, who trail by 7 in the first period, first quarter, at Madison Square Garden, with a lot of people here, no doubt, listening or somehow also paying attention. The 0-1 on the way, take it outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Reminds me of the night the Knicks won their first championship in 1970, the night Willis Reed came out during warm-ups. And well, if you don't know the story, read your basketball history books, but it was a very, very special night in New York sports history. The 1-1 swung on and missed, 1-2. So, of course, I was at Shea Stadium as the Mets were playing the Giants, because we got our tickets a couple of months in advance of the May 8th, 1970 game. We had decent seats in the loge and couldn't watch the game live in New York in those days anyway, because there were blackout restrictions. So it wasn't aired until 11:30 p.m.
Could you imagine?
Seriously, your generation can't relate to that, right?
It better not. We wouldn't stand for it.
1-2 to Walker outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we figured, let's go to the game. We bring our radios. Literally, I think there were 30,000 radios at Shea Stadium that night, because the Giants were still a huge draw with Willie Mays and Willie McCovey and Bobby Bonds. 2-2 pitch, high to Walker, full count. And the Mets in 1970 were the defending world champions. So anyway, we're listening to the Knick game while we're at the Met game, and the Knicks absolutely blew the Lakers out in the first half that night. It really was a cruise control game, believe it or not. Here's the payoff pitch to Walker. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him with a slurve away. 2 men away. Second strikeout for Perez. Lars Nootbaar coming up. Well, anyway, at a somewhat pivotal point in the Met game, Duffy Dyer ended a Mets rally by striking out. End of inning. And at precisely that moment, Walt Frazier hit a driving layup and was fouled right in the middle of the Knicks, blowing the doors off the Lakers in the first half. First pitch on the way to Nootbaar. Breaking ball called, strike, 0-1. And so as Dyer struck out to end the inning, Shea Stadium erupted like it hit a grand slam because everybody was so, zoned in on the Knick game on radio. It barely even mattered that Duffy Dyer had entered the Met rally. 0-1 breaking ball in for a called strike, and it's 0-2 to Nootbaar with the Cardinals leading here 8-2 and 2 out, nobody on, top 6. Tonight is not a potential clincher, of course, at Madison Square Garden. 0-2 pitch. Down and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, we are in, section 318. There's a couple folks that are right in the front row. They've got the railing in front of them with cup holders and someone's phone resting on there. So there's your radio in 2026.
Not even radio. They're watching the Knick game on their app. That's how it works. 1-2 on the way. In the dirt, a breaking ball. Nothing but slurves here. Left on left from Perez against Nootbaar. 87 miles an hour with that last one. The high-speed pitch sponsored by Spectrum Fiber-powered Internet, the most reliable Internet you can count on. 2-2. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Went right down the line with slurves for 5 straight pitches and strikes out Nootbaar to retire the side. 3 strikeouts for Perez. Nothing across. Middle of the 6th. Cardinals 8, Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets! If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
Imagine a city feel at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. And you imagine
the pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When you need help, you don't want to wait 9 innings. With Red Pocket Mobile, a real person answers in 2 minutes or less, by phone or chat. No long holds, no automated runaround. Just real customer support that's ready.
Last of the 6th inning, with the Cardinals leading the Mets 8-2. Jared Young leads off for the Mets against Andre Pallante, and the right-hander's first pitch in for a called strike, a fastball, and it's 0-1. Young doubled off the glove of Church, the center fielder, to lead off the bottom of the 2nd, grounded out to short to end the 3rd when the Mets left the bases loaded. The 0-1 breaking ball in the dirt. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Young, Semien, and Ewing due up here in the bottom of the 6th inning for New York. Mets have been out hit 10-3 and trail 8-2. Now Pallante with a 1-1. And that's a little bit high with that knuckle curve again. So 2-1 to Jared Young. Semien waiting on deck. 2-1 pitch. Fastball, broken bat, roller to second. Weatherholt is up with it. Tosses to first in time. 1 away. And that will bring up the number 5 hitter, Marcus Semien. Semien has struck out twice tonight. Another infielder we have a little bit of news on, Ronnie Mauricio, who is doing some baseball activities now, back to running and hitting, and hopefully Mauricio isn't all that far away. First pitch on the way. Semien lines it softly to third, backhanded in fair territory by Fermin, and Semien is out. So quickly, 2 men away. And that will bring up A.J. Ewing. Ewing tonight is grounded to second and drawn a walk. Ronnie Mauricio broke his thumb right at the beginning of May. So he's missed 33 games now. You would think maybe still a couple of weeks away, at least. First pitch on the way to Ewing is hit up the middle on one hop. Weatherholt at second up with it. Throws to first in time. Side retired. Mets go quickly in the sixth. Nothing across at the end of 6 innings. Cardinals 8, Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio. Powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
A hotel
in baseball, great.
A resort might give you a view, but when you're coming off a win or chasing the next one, you don't settle. You go where champions go to celebrate. From the ride down the parkway to a full weekend in Atlantic City, every stop feels like a winning play. Borgata Hotel Casino and Spa is where the game day energy keeps rolling, and every corner feels like extra innings of excitement. This isn't just a stay, it's a victory lap. Learn more at theborgata.com.
When you
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the markable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the signal that works best wherever you go. Whether you're at the ballpark, the city, or traveling across the country, Red Pocket Mobile has you covered. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets.
We're going to the 7th inning at Citi Field. The Cardinals lead the Mets 8-2. We're talking about Ronnie Mauricio before as he comes back, or tries to, from a thumb injury. That injury report brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. If you're injured in an accident, the game plan is simple. Just go to injurylawyer.com. Mets had made a player move before the game tonight after Joey Gerber had worked a couple of innings in relief in last night's game. He was sent back to AAA Syracuse. And right-hander Jonathan Pintaro has been recalled, and it is Pintaro on the mound for New York to start the 7th, Keith.
Yeah, it's his 3rd appearance this season out of the Met bullpen, facing Mason Wynn. First pitch. Wynn hits it hard toward short, gloved on one hop by Bichette. Throws across in time for the out. Well, that's easy for Pintaro, right? 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. 3 2/3 in those 2 appearances earlier for Pintaro. A young prospect for the Mets who they found, really, at a Shorter University in Rome, Georgia. Undrafted, 28-year-old, born and raised in Alabama. Short, strong, 240-pound right-handed pitcher. 8-2 St. Louis. We're in the 7th. Here's Velasquez. First pitch is a little bit high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. We're coming to you live from the Bob Murphy broadcast booth, proudly presented by Bigelow Tea. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug. Tea proudly. Velasquez has a 2-run home run tonight. 8 runs, 10 hits for the Redbirds. Pintaro's 1-0. Swing and a miss at a cutter, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Pintaro had been pitching well down at AAA. Mets have been happy with what he's been doing down there. He's pitched through a 3.16 ERA, all in relief. They had used him as a starter last year, but he's just much better in relief. The 1-1 misses away. That's 2 balls and 1 strike. And speaking of AAA help, Carlos Mendoza was asked today about, hey, what's going on with Ryan Clifford? You know, every time you maybe open up social media, oh, Clifford homered here, Clifford homered there. They're just simply not ready yet. Here's the 2-1. Ground to the left side. Beatty to his left. Picks it up on the dirt, throws across in time to retire Velasquez. 2 down. Call it the Kobe Bryant effect sometimes with those prospects in the minor leagues. They only show the homers on social media. They don't show the 40% strikeout rate for Ryan Clifford, who's going to be a good big league player, but you have to be ready. You have to have all the tools ready, or at least enough tools to get up here and battle. And he's hitting .220. He's hit 14 homers, but he's striking out a lot. Here's Nathan Church batting left. First pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. 90 strikeouts for Clifford in 62 games at AAA. Part of that Justin Verlander deal a couple of years ago with Drew Gilbert coming over from Houston. 0-1. Flick foul behind home plate, and it's 0-2. Gilbert is with his old college coach, Tony Vitello, in San Francisco. Part of the deal last year for Tyler Rogers. And, of course, Clifford has stuck around and is one phone call away, certainly, from coming up here. Pintaro ahead 0-2. Pitch to Church. Fouled back. Stays ahead. Still no balls and 2 strikes. For Church tonight, 0 for 3. Did reach on the fielder's choice and score in the 5th inning. Cardinals are up here in the 7th. They have scored in 4 of the first 6 innings tonight. And up 8-2 on the Mets. Deep breath from the righty, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup. It's a good outing for Jonathan Pintaro. It might not be over yet, but at least off to a good start. A 1-2-3-7. 8-2 St. Louis. Time to get up and stretch on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine the pitch?
It's gone! With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, matchups matter. And with Red Pocket Mobile, you get to make the call. Red Pocket Mobile gives you a choice of access on 3 major 5G networks, so you can choose the signal that works best wherever you go. Whether you're at the ballpark, the city, or traveling across the country, Red Pocket Mobile has you covered. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40.
Back in Queens, we go to the last of the 7th, 8-2 St. Louis. New pitcher on is Matt Swanson. We'll see Alvarez, Beatty, and Terrens. Swanson taking over for Andre Palante, the starter, who was excellent tonight. 2 runs over 6. That is a quality start for Andre Palante. First one to Alvey, in for a strike with a sinker at 96. And it's 0-1. Last time up, Alvarez trimmed the lead with a 2-run home run. Azek exteriors wood rots. Azek trim does not. Swanson's next. Lifted in the air to right, not deep. Nootbaar coming in, couple of steps, starts to jog, and makes the catch for the first out. And there's one away. I'll bring up Brett Beatty. Swanson TV dinners, anything there, Howie? Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Was that the original?
Never loved them, but yeah, they go back to the 50s for sure. In my single days, there were a couple of Hungry Mans that came out of my oven.
We used to have, my parents did buy those. Not those exact Swanson ones. Do they even exist anymore? Here's Beatty. Pitch is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. But that idea, you peel it off. Remember in the old movie, well, for me, old movie, Matilda? That you grabbed a TV dinner and sat in front of the screen.
Yeah,
Give me that look.
Well, I do.
The 1-0. Beatty lifts it in the air to left field. Velasquez over toward the corner, stops and makes the catch off his left side. Bit of an adventure at the end for Velasquez, who caught it through the lights. And there are 2 away.
I have to confess, my go-to frozen meal, if it wasn't one of the Swanson TV dinners, I was big on the Stouffer's mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Until my boiler said no more. Sadly, it's been a long time.
I guess I got to get it while the getting's good down here.
Well, that's how I looked at it.
There's Terrence, 8-2 Cardinals. Swanson misses outside for ball one. Terrence tonight has been hit by a pitch, popped out to the third baseman. Swanson deals the 1-0. That's lined to right field. Coming in, Nootbaar, and he makes the leaning catch off his left side for the out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitches for Matt Swanson. Freezes the Met bats there in the 7th. We go to the 8th. 8-2 Redbirds on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets! Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos. Your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Tap the banner to buy or rent with Street Easy. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
When you need help, you don't want to wait 9 innings. With Red Pocket Mobile, a real person answers in 2 minutes or less, by phone or chat. No long holds, no automated runaround. Just real customers.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the New York Mets, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Mets. Howie wouldn't like it either. Here's Howie for the 8th.
Well, I have nothing against it. It's just a legal thing. Anyway, Jonathan Pintaro throws his first pitch in tight to Jose Fermin. That goes off the glove of Terrence for ball one. The pace of the game has picked up as the Cardinals have opened up a big lead. And the pace of the game is brought to you by Optimum, famously fast fiber internet. Cardinals leading by 6, about hit the Mets 10-3. Fermin 2 out of 3. Pintaro deals fastball in for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Some out-of-town scores from Food Bazaar. Speaking of frozen foods and TV dinners and the like, Eat Global. Yankees beat Cleveland 8-4. There's the 1-1. And a sinker inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Fermin. Tampa Bay over Boston 7-5. Rays and the Yankees now are in a virtual tie in the American League East. Rays 3 percentage points ahead. 2-1 on the way. Breaking ball in for a called strike. And it is 2-2 on Jose Fermin. Speaking of frozen foods, here's something you might not have noticed. I was always perplexed by this, although I might be on to something. 2-2 to Fermin. Hit foul off the end of the bat near the Mets dugout. Pops into the Mets dugout. And it's 2-2. After I kind of graduated from the Stouffer's mac and cheese, occasionally I would go with one of those big, I think it was Banquet was the company, and they put out like Salisbury steak, 2, 3, 4 pieces of Salisbury steak. 2-2 coming. Check swing, breaking ball away, did not go. Full count to Fermin. And interestingly, if you looked at the box in which it came, the Salisbury steak was clearly the star of the show. There were no vegetables or potatoes. 3-2, swung on and missed strike 3. Fermin down on strikes. Second strikeout for Pintaro. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 8th with the Cardinals leading 8-2. You know what it said? gravy and Salisbury steak. So how'd gravy become the star and Salisbury steak gets second billing? Might it have something to do with volume? Was there more gravy than Salisbury steak? Salisbury steak, I think, would weigh more. First pitch to Weatherholt in for a called strike, 0-1.
Maybe Big Gravy was making a push there for a little popularity.
I guess either that or Gravy's agent was Scott Boras. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss at a sinker. 0-2 to Weatherholt, who's 3 for 4.
That's all gravy with him. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, holy smokes. The Knicks are absolutely getting crushed in the first quarter. They are down 19 with 29.6 to go in the first quarter. 0-2 to Weatherholt. Pintaro deals. And a check swing foul to the backstop as we deliver the scores with a scoreboard update from Amazon Hub Delivery. Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. 41-20 Spurs with 19.7 to go in the first quarter. Yikes. The 0-2 taken outside, 1-2.
What is a spur?
I don't know, but it comes from San Antonio. It's got something to do with what you wear on your boots or something, right?
Is it the little thing on the back of the cowboy boot that spins around?
I guess. They never called me Tex. Here's the 1-2. And that's a little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Weatherholt.
Oh, got me hungry for some
gravy?
Yeah, I think so.
2-2 to Weatherholt. Pintaro deals, swinging a high fly ball to medium range right center. Ewing, the center fielder, under it, makes the catch, and there were 2 men away.
And you always microwave it, and the outside is perfect. The middle's still frozen, and you go, I'm not putting it back in the microwave. I'll just eat it the way it is.
I was putting that together in my pre-microwave days.
Ooh.
In fact, when I met Barbara, I was on the phone with her shortly around the time I met her. She was impressed because I said, I'm preparing my dinner. Can I call you back in a little bit? And she said, oh, wow, the guy cooks. That's pretty good. Who's this? Herrera hits a ground ball foul to the third base side. And it's 0-1. But anyway, she said, really? I said, I'm preparing my dinner. She said, what are you making? I said, Stouffer's macaroni and cheese. She thought I was, Bobby Flay. Here's the 0-1, and that's hit foul.
Emerald Rose over there.
Yeah, really. Herrera finally ended that on-base streak of 8 straight in this series when he struck out to end the 5th inning. But he's batting here with the Cardinals leading 8-2, as you might have surmised. 2 out, nobody on here in the 8th. And the 0-2 is in there for a call, strike 3. Got him with a fastball, side retired.
He's going to challenge this.
Geez, you shouldn't be allowed to challenge this late in the game when you're up 6. But he's right.
Pitch the ball. St. Louis has 2 challenges remaining.
It's a ball. Well, so sheepishly that news is delivered whenever these umpires miss one. So 1-2 on Herrera. Pintaro to the belt. Now the pitch. That's upstairs, 2-2. Our attendance tonight brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity candy-coated chaos. Paid crowd, 34,238. Far fewer than that, even at its peak tonight, actually in the ballpark. 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the air, foul outside first, near the dugout. Young hoping for a play. It's out of play. About 4 or 5 rows back. So it's still 2-2.
Somebody,
Herrera.
The section of fans that got up behind the dugout, somebody just flipped their hat off as if they were the catcher lifting the mask going for a foul ball, and the hat went 4 rows forward. Landed in some lady's head.
There's weight on the catcher's mask. Those are professionals back there. The 2-2 tapped up the third baseline foul.
You got an old catcher back behind the first base dugout.
Or a wannabe. Two and 2 on Herrera with Alec Burleson on deck. Now Pintaro deals, and another foul straight back. See, if he didn't appeal that third strike,
I know,
we'd be coming out of commercial now. There is a day game tomorrow, as we mentioned. It starts at 1:10. Christian Scott will face Hunter Dobbins. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second. Right at Semien. He's got it. Throws to first in time. Side retired. So 10 Mets in a row, or at least 10 Cardinals in a row, have been retired by Mets pitching. However, middle of the 8th inning, it's the Cardinals 8 and the Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Imagine a city feel at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch? It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the fourth. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, consistency is everything. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month, and the rate stays locked in. So no sudden price changes, no surprises down the line, just wireless that delivers a price guarantee month after month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling...
Well, we go to the last of the 8th inning with the Mets trailing the Cardinals 8-2. Mets will have the top of their order due up against Matt Swanson, beginning his second inning of work. That's how we got onto the frozen food kick.
Sorry.
No, I think most people appreciated it in an 8-2 game. Here's Benj, and the first pitch to him, a fastball of an ease for a called strike, 0-1. Of course, Mets fans would appreciate a rally. Benj has popped to short, struck out, grounded to second. The 0-1, lined in the air to right. In comes Nootbaar, dives forward and makes the catch and holds on. Smoked off the bat of Benj. Nootbaar puts it away, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Bo Bichette will be next.
That was 108 off of Carson Benj's bat. So even the outs, some of them tonight have been loud. Not enough hard contact in the right spots for the Mets early in the game. That's why this is felt the way it is felt tonight.
Which is quite a bit like it felt last night. Bichette takes on the outside corner. A called strike, 0-1. Cardinals were 7-0 winners last night. It took them until the 7th inning to get that 7th run. The 0-1 in for a called strike. Bichette's going to challenge, thinking that sweeper might have been down and or away. Let's get a look. It was outside, just barely down and away.
Pitch is the ball. New York has one compliment.
Can you sound any less grumpy, Stu? I mean, you're human. It was a fraction of an inch. Don't take it personally. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a high foul fly down the right field line, slicing out of play. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Knicks are down 22 with 10:45 left in the second quarter. Thought the NBA had such a home team dominance. The 1-2 in there for a called strike 3. Bichette will not challenge. Swanson has his first strikeout. 2 men away. Juan Soto coming up.
Yeah, Knicks 1-2 on the road. Spurs won the other one on the road.
I mean, there was a time when it was impossible, close to it anyway, to win on the road in the NBA. But Knicks going to have to challenge their game 1 against Cleveland magic. Meanwhile, here's Soto, and he hits the first pitch in the air deep to left center. Playable for Church on the track, makes the catch, side retired. So that is 14 Mets in a row who have been retired since the Alvarez 2-run homer in the fourth. And at the end of 8, it's the Cardinals 8, the Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
In baseball, consistency is everything. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month, and the rate stays locked in. So no sudden price changes, no surprises down the line, just wireless that delivers a price guarantee month after month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York Lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Cello. We go to the ninth inning here at Citi Field with the Cardinals leading the Mets 8-2. Alec Burleson leads off against Jonathan Pintaro in his third inning. And the first pitch taken outside, ball one. Juan Soto flied out to end the eighth. He's got 13 home runs this year. Banking with Apple Bank is a home run. Learn more at applebank.com. Burleson 0 for 4. And the 1-0 breaking ball. He tries to hold the swing and does on appeal to third. It is ruled by Rob Drake that he did not swing, and the count 2-0. Burleson quite possibly putting a 9-game hitting streak on the line here. Pintaro's 2-0. Swung on and fouled, and that caught a piece of Luis Torrens, the catcher. 2-1 to Burleson with Jordan Walker on deck, and then Lars Nootbaar. And the home plate ump, Stu Shearwater, walks another baseball out to Pintaro. Just giving Torrens a little extra time to shake off the effects of that foul ball. Knicks have cut the lead now to 18 early in the second quarter. 2-1. Now the pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. I thought my stiff neck days were done when the Rangers were, can't even say eliminated. They didn't make the playoffs, but there were some years here when the Rangers were going on long playoff runs. 3-1 on the way. Hit deep to right field. Benj going back, just takes a peek, and it's gone over the Cadillac Club and into the lower right field stands. So Burleson extends his hitting streak to 10 straight games with his 10th home run of the year. And the Cardinals now have a 9-2 lead here in the ninth inning.
A 2-run home run to left field last night. This one he pulled. A low liner that tucked right over that little black wall that goes above the Payson Cadillac Club. That section just to the right of the Met bullpen up there.
So here is Walker. He has 4 RBIs, including a 3-run homer. First pitch, tapped foul up the third baseline, 0-1. Anyway, we have a big television that hangs from the wall to our right up in this booth. And there are times when we'll call a pitch and then look up and see how the hockey or basketball game is going. Kind of hurts the neck. The 0-1 swung on and missed 0-2. Cardinals have hit 3 home runs in this game. That'll give pitchers and outfielders stiff necks, too.
Oh, was it 2014 was that run with the Rangers and they went through the Stanley Cup against the Kings? I mean, I'm sure that was, you were.
Yeah.
How did you do that one?
Well, you know what? Kenny Banya ruined everything. It's a cool story. Here's the 0-2, and that's lifted in the air to right field, pretty much right at Carson Benj. Backs up a step and makes the one-hand catch for the first out. I don't remember exactly how it started. I think it was because Seinfeld stopped by. Didn't come in with us that night. He just did TV. And I was working with, it was Josh Lewin at the time. And we were kidding on the air about, sure, Jerry goes in to talk to TV. We don't get, who are we supposed to get? Banya? Kenny Banya? Well, I mean, Josh, God bless him, he wasn't going to let that one slide. So he started, and here's the first pitch to Nootbaar. And that's taken low, 1 ball and no strikes. So he says, I'm going to look into this. I got to figure out how we can meet Banya and get him on the air. And that would kind of be the counterpoint. The 1-0 taken low, 2-0. Well, we tracked him down, and turns out he was going to be in San Francisco when we were in San Francisco with the Mets, which also happened to be while the Rangers were in L.A. playing the Kings in the Stanley Cup Final in 2014. 2-0 on the way. Pulled on the ground to first. Backhanded, then bobbled by Young. Picks it up, throws to Pintaro covering. In time, 2 men away. And so, long story short, I think the series was tied at that point, and the Rangers were up 2 goals going to the third period. We meet Banya. He's a wonderful guy. I think Steve Heitner is his name. Thank you, Steve Heitner. And he
Valley Stream guy, Valley Stream Central High School.
There you go. Well, he told us, and now it makes sense, having been from Valley Stream, he was a big Islander fan. And we're sitting in there rooting for the Rangers. So he sits down with us in the press room. We're having dinner before the game against the Giants starts. Rangers were up 4-2. First pitch on the way to Win is taken outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah. So anyway, what's the challenge? Okay.
Terrence thinks it's a strike, and he's right.
All right, mazel tov.
Pitch strike. New York has 1 count.
So, Banya's talking to us, and suddenly the Kings make it 4-3. Banya keeps talking. Now it's 4-4. And we've got to go on the air and start the broadcast. 0-1 to Win. Pintaro deals. Swinging a foul back to the screen. 0-2. So Heitner, God bless him, in perfect character, does his best Kenny Banya as I leave to go to start the broadcast. And he goes, hey, things were going great for you until I showed up, huh? And I just had to play into it and said, Banya, you're a 2-bit hack, and stormed out of the press room.
I love that.
I don't know how he got onto that. But anyway, it's the Cardinals 9, the Mets 2. 2 out, nobody on top 9. Pintaro deals, and a swing and a foul back to the screen by Mason Wynn, and remains 0-2. How did we get onto that?
We were talking about craning your neck to look at the TV.
Yeah.
And
and then you brought up 14, the Ranger run. And
yes.
Yeah, right. So, 0-2 to Win.
It's been lopsided for a while here.
It certainly has. Here's a pitch, and it's in tight. He starts his hands and holds back, 1-2. Cardinals 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Mets 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Mets have been outscored in this series 16-2. 1-2. Now the pitch. Swinging a liner toward short. Caught by a leaping Bichette. And that retires the side. A run on a hit. The homer by Burleson. Nobody left. Middle of the 9th. Cardinals 9, Mets 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio. Powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets!
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the fourth. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, consistency is everything. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month, and the rate stays locked in. So no sudden price changes, no surprises down the line, just wireless that delivers a price guarantee month after month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving...
Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning with the Cardinals leading the Mets 9-2. Cardinals will turn it over to left-hander JoJo Romero, the former Philadelphia Philly, who will first face Mark Vientos in a lefty-righty move, as Vientos is going to pinch hit for Jared Young. And so the first pitch on the way is fouled, straight back off the facing of the sweet level, and the count 0-1. Romero making his 30th appearance, 0-1 with a 3.45 earned run average. And for Vientos, it's been quite a struggle, hitting just .212, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in. Now the 0-1. Swing on a fly ball, shallow left. In comes Velasquez, slides forward and makes the catch. One man away, nicely done by Nelson Velasquez. So Vientos flies out. And the batter now will be Marcus Semien. Semien is 0 for 3, struck out twice and lined out to third. Thrivewell Infusion brings us the thriving player of the game. Thrivewell Infusion, New York's premier infusion and injection center. Schedule your appointment at thrivewellinfusion.com. First pitch on the way to Semien, taken low and away, ball one. That would be Jordan Walker. Singled in a run in the first, hit a 3-run homer in the fourth. That really opened it up, made it 7-0. Now the 1-0 to Semien is taken high and away, ball two. Bring a little ninja energy to Citi Field on June 12th for Naruto Night. First 15,000 fans. Game against the Braves. There's a fly ball to right field. Nootbaar backing up, makes the catch in front of the track. 2 men away. First 15,000 fans of the game will get a Naruto-themed Mets jersey in celebration of the iconic Enemy series. For tickets, call go to Mets.com/tickets. Well,
it's a bright orange Naruto jersey.
Is it ever? Boy, if you ever lose power in your house, just put that jersey on. You'll get some light.
You better believe it.
Bright orange. 2 out, nobody on. A.J. Ewing. Last chance for the Mets.
Eric Wagaman's going to pinch hit here.
Pardon me. So Wagaman takes a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1. I don't think he appeared on the entire recent road trip.
He did not.
So for him, it's just an opportunity to get in a big league batter's box. Ewing was 0 for 2 with a walk. The 0-1, taken on the outside corner, a called strike. And it's 0-2. Ewing had a 6-game hitting streak, but he's being hit for here by Wagaman with the Mets down to their last strike. Romero deals 0-2, and a breaking ball hits him in the foot. So Wagaman will go down to first base, and Francisco Alvarez will get an AB here against the lefty Romero. Alvarez with a 2-run home run in the fourth inning. That made it 7-2. It was also the last time a Met had reached base until Wagaman was just plunked by that 0-2 pitch. Knicks down 25 with 6:44 to go in the second. First pitch to Alvarez is taken low. 1 ball and no strikes. Brett Beatty on deck if Alvarez keeps it going. The 1-0 in for a called strike. 1-1. Again, a 1:10 start tomorrow. And it'll be Christian Scott on the mound for the Mets, who's been really good recently. 1-1. Now the pitch, and that's taken low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. And again, the Cardinals will have righty Hunter Dobbins to face Scott in the 1:10 start tomorrow afternoon. 2-1 pitch. Outside, missed with a changeup, and it's 3-1. Brett Beatty on deck if the Mets keep it going here. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball over a called strike, and it's full. So, Wagaman will be in motion on the 3-2 pitch with 2 out. Romero deals. Check swing. Did he go? They look to first. He went around, says Scott Barry. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. In the 9th inning for New York. No runs, no hits. A hit batsman, 1 left. Final score, the St. Louis Cardinals 9 and the New York Mets 2. Back to talk about it in a moment on Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
Let's go, Mets! If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch? It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When you need help, you don't want to wait 9 innings. With Red Pocket Mobile, a real person answers in 2 minutes or less, by phone or chat. No long holds, no automated runaround. Just real customer support that's ready when you are. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hey, baseball fans, it's game time. Gear up for the season with Key Food and their family of supermarkets. Your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Whether you're grilling up hot dogs or snacking on peanuts and popcorn, Key Food has you covered with a selection that never strikes out. Plus, as proud sponsors of Odyssey Mets Radio, Key Food and their family of supermarkets brings every thrilling moment straight to you. Key Food. The difference is key.
Don't miss our deals. The construction sale is officially on at Westbury Toyota on Old Country Road. We're building a better experience for you, which means we're moving inventory fast. Get incredible offers on the legendary Tacoma, the powerful Tundra. Drive home the best-selling Camry or the fuel-efficient Corolla. Visit Westbury Toyota today. Ask for General Manager Randy Abreu and tell him you're here for the construction sale. Westbury Toyota. We're building for the future so you can save today.
Are you or a loved one living with Crohn's, colitis, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, or a chronic health condition that requires IV medication? Check out ThriveWell Infusion. Say hello to state-of-the-art private luxury suites. ThriveWell Infusion understands that it can be stressful when receiving an infusion, but it doesn't have to be. At ThriveWell, you'll be provided with exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit us at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Here comes the pitch. Foul ball.
For all your home improvement needs, windows, doors, siding, or roofing, visit unifiedwindows.com or call 888-631-2131.
Back here at Citi Field, the Cardinals have defeated the Mets 9-2. The connected play of the game is sponsored by Red Pocket Mobile. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless while also paying less. Nelson Velasquez connected for a 2-run homer in the third inning, which opened up a 4-0 early lead for the Cardinals for the second straight night. David Peterson, working as the, quote, bulk man in relief of the opener. Adam Warren didn't have it, nor did Warren. And so after 2 games of this series, the Cardinals have 16 runs on 21 hits. The Mets 2 runs on 8 hits. That tells you about all you need to know, Keith.
Yeah, and the Cardinals, when they've hit their home runs, too, they've really made it hurt. They had 1 last night from Alec Burleson, 3 tonight. That Jordan Walker shot in the 4th inning made a 4-0 game 7-0, and that totally sucked all the air out of the building here for these Mets fans, thinking, okay, it's close enough, and that shot certainly put it out of reach. And then St. Louis tacked on 2 more runs. Mets couldn't play catch-up at all, so they lose this thing 9-2. Cardinals have now won 6 straight. St. Louis is 37-28. The Mets, back-to-back games on this homestand, they've been playing well here at home, but they are now 29-38. For the Cardinals, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 6 men left. The Mets, 2 runs on just 3 hits, no errors, and 5 left. Palante the win, Warren the loss. Mentioned the home runs in the game. Alvarez hit his 5th on the Mets side. For the Cardinals, Velasquez hit his 2nd. Walker hit his 17th. And Alec Burleson with his shot there in the 9th inning, number 10. Time of the ball game, 2 hours, 33 minutes in front of 34,238. Where once again the final score, the Cardinals 9 and the Mets 2.
New York Mets Baseball is a production of Odyssey in conjunction with the New York Mets. The executive producer is Ray Martell. Production assistance by Nick Velastro. And our producer-engineer in the booth is the immortal Chris Majkowski. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon as the Mets and Cardinals wrap up this series at Citi Field. First pitch, 1:10, the Apple Bank Mets pregame show at 12:30. And we'll be back on Odyssey Mets 880 for tomorrow's game. And so for Keith Radd and Pat McCarthy, I'm Howie Rose. Thanks for joining us. Once again, the final score tonight, the St. Louis Cardinals 9 and the New York Mets 2. Stay tuned. Pat's coming up next with the postgame show. This is Odyssey Mets Radio, powered by the all-new Nissan Sentra.
New York Mets baseball has been brought to you by Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. The New York Lottery. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Piccolo Tea. Grab a mug and tea proudly. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. The Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com. Thrive-Well Infusion, the official IV partner of Odyssey Mets Radio. Veg ER for pets. Official emergency veterinarian group of Odyssey Mets Radio. Emu Health, the official pediatric dental partner of the New York Mets Radio Network. Emu Health, move forward. And by Slowman's. Slowman's, the difference is human. This is Odyssey Mets Radio.
Everyone's goals are unique.
If you're still using Sportsbook to bet on the finals, you're getting robbed. It's time to delete that app and join millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sportsbooks. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for basketball's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download Polymarket in the App Store. Use promo code FREE50 to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FREE50. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
When you need help, you don't want to wait 9 innings. With Red Pocket Mobile, a real person answers in 2 minutes or less, by phone or chat. No long holds, no automated runaround. Just real customer support that's ready when you are. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Mets Radio Network. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Imagine a city field at sunset. The air smells like a fresh popcorn. And just when you think this is the best, Francisco Albert hit the homer. That's me. And you win $15,000. Can you imagine?
The pitch. It's gone!
With the New York Lottery's Swing for the Fences promotion, you can win $15,000 when the Mets hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th. Enter with New York Lottery Plus today, and you also get a chance at a grand prize of $40,000. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving saving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability.
Peerless Boiler. Start saving now and upgrade today. You can find the Peerless Boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Veg, ER for Pets, has revolutionized the pet emergency experience. Not only will you see an experienced veterinarian right away, but you will stay with your pet the entire time. Visit veg.com to find the location nearest you. Veg, ER for Pets, is the official emergency veterinarian group of Mets Radio.
This broadcast was presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the Bet365 app and lock in your picks before the game begins. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in select states only.
This is the Odyssey Mets post-game show. Sponsored by the College of New Jersey, the #1 public college in the North for 36 years and counting. The New York Proton Center, Precisely Revolutionary Cancer Care. Town Fair Tire, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Hill Group, insurance, benefits, and HR solutions. Orland and Cohen Orthopedic Group. We've got specialists for that. 877 Cars for Kids. That's cars with a K. To donate your car today. The Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your chicken, fish, or meat again. Buy yours today at chefiq.com. Serve Pro. Cleanup, restoration, construction like it never even happened. And buy Elect 825. Building our future. Now, here's Pat McCarthy.
Well, the struggles for the Mets offense continued tonight, and you pair that with struggles from the pitching staff, and the Mets fall to St. Louis 9-2. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Citi Field and the Odyssey Mets postgame show. I'm Pat McCarthy. So the Mets dropped the first two games and the series to St. Louis. The Cardinals have won their 6th consecutive ball game. Mets are now 29-38, and this was once again one of those games that the Mets trailed from the jump. St. Louis scored 2 runs against Austin Warren in the first inning, and the Mets were forced to play catch-up, but they couldn't get anything going against Andre Palante, who tossed 5 scoreless innings against the Mets in his first start against them back in March, and then tonight turned in 6 innings, 3 hits, just 2 runs allowed. It was the 2-run home run by Francisco Alvarez, and that was really all the offense for the Mets tonight. And on a night where they were chasing the entire way, the big home run by Nelson Velasquez against David Peterson in the 3rd inning, which made it a 4-0 game. And it really felt like a backbreaker at the time because Peterson had set down the first 2 guys of the inning, but then he walked the 6th hitter Mason Wynn to extend the inning that set up the home run for Velasquez. And then really the big blow came off the bat of Jordan Walker, where he put this game out of reach. Made it a 7-0 game. Walker had 2 hits, a home run, drove in 4. He's our student of the game, brought to you by Our World Neighborhood School, educating students to become independent thinkers and lifelong learners. Visit OWNCS.org. For David Peterson, it was his first appearance since May 31st. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Gave up a couple of home runs. And this is just, it feels like a common occurrence for this Mets team where they take a couple of steps forward and then have these steps back. You grab a little bit of momentum, winning 3 of 4 after the road trip, which included the series against the San Diego Padres. First time you've done that since 2018. And then you come back here taking on a Cardinals team that is red hot, having won 6 consecutive games now. And you give those 2 games right back, and you find yourself once again 9 games under 500, chasing a lot of teams in the National League wild card. And for the Mets to dig themselves out of this hole, I feel like we're saying it night in and night out. It's win series, but at a certain point, start stringing together wins. And when you lose back-to-back games like this and put yourself into scramble mode heading into the finale tomorrow afternoon, knowing that the Braves are looming on the other side, you just dig yourself into a deeper hole, one that you're trying to climb out of, still with so much of the season left. Let's head downstairs and hear from the manager, Carlos Mendoza.
Carlos, what did you see from Peterson tonight?
I mean, they hit him a couple of fastballs, one sinker and one four-seam there for Walker that they hit him pretty hard. couple of walks ended up costing him. At times, the sinker was good there with some of the ground balls, but then he left a couple of pitches there, and they hit him hard.
Offensively, what have you seen in the at-bats the last 2 nights?
Quick outs, soft contact. We didn't hit that many ball hard today. Probably like 6 balls overall. I'll be homer, but other than that, I think it's a combination. You're getting down early, kind of like what happened yesterday. Sometimes you're going to take some pitches. Those guys are going to be aggressive. But again, not much to show for offensively.
Tony?
I know today was a planned bullpen game, but with some of what you just talked about, the issues going down early, starting pitching issues, today it was the bulk thing. Just how difficult is it to sort of string together what you need to when that's been happening quite frequently?
Obviously, the last 2 nights, not the way you want it, right? Starts on the mound, we start in pitching. We haven't done that the past couple of nights, and then you get on a hole, and then offensively, it's going to be a challenge. We need starters. We need the offense. We need to play defense. We need to play consistent games.
And then, what did you think of Pintaro? And do you see him as a potential, even planned bulk option going forward?
He was very good. That cutter continues to get better. His ability to pound his own and throw strikes. There's a couple of good changeups. He continues to put himself in a position there where, but again, we're using him on a bulk guy pretty much today. So, but again, he did his part. And that's all you could ask there from a guy that's coming up, and for him to go out there and finish a game, and he was pretty good.
Tim?
How surprised are you that we're into June and Peterson's still struggling like this?
How surprised I am on?
That we're into June and Peterson is still struggling to kind of find it.
He's hard to describe. He's a good pitcher, and we've seen flashes, especially